Chris Hanson here of Hanson versus Predators, To Catch a Predator, and have a seat with Chris Hanson. And there's something you need to know. It'd be a shame if something were to surface about Zach's past. Join our membership program for early access and no ads. Otherwise, Zach may be taking a seat right over there. This isn't a threat, mind you. I'm just a really, really good investigator. I'll be watching.
2?
We're here defying the odds. The odds are stacked against us every week we come on here, especially when Ela hasn't muted her phone or computer and there's like notification sounds going off like crazy. They said it couldn't. And by the way, aren't you the one that is literally always giving me shit every episode? And the minute we start the episode, Ela's over here blowing up. So what do you have to say for yourself?
It's your fault.
How is it my fault?
I don't know. You did something.
Right. Yeah, it's my fault.
You used my laptop or something.
What? Dude, you owe me a huge apology right now.
I'm not apologizing for anything.
Wow. All right, we'll talk after the show. But the one thing we can all agree on is that they said we would never come back. We would never show our faces again. Yet here we are. This is the H3 podcast, and we will never die. We will never hide our faces in shame. I'd like to thank MeUndies for sponsoring us, and I'd like to give a shout out to all of our beautiful members. We added a Discord server, by the way, now for our members only, and it's popping off like crazy. What's really crazy, if you do not become a member by hitting the join button, is that Chris Hanson, actually, you guys saw our cold open there. It's incredible that Chris Hanson, I think what he said, Zach, is that he's willing to make accusations against you, Zach, if they don't subscribe. Because
please sign up. I don't want any shit coming out.
Yeah, well, he said, and I'm actually surprised that we got him to say that, because what he said is, I'm not saying Zach did anything, but I'm a really good investigator. So what do you think he meant by that?
I have a dark past, so I think everyone needs to become a member and sign up because I don't want any of that coming out.
See, the way that I interpreted that is that he's willing to make shit up about you.
Oh, well, that's not good either. So please sign up.
But the fact that you just admitted to it makes me think that Chris Hanson.
I think something happened on that cruise ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yes,
you're not
please
telling us
sign
about the
up.
cruise?
What was that?
I said there's something you're not telling us about the cruise.
I don't want to reveal that. There may be.
I gotcha. Well, regardless, please sign up to be a member. It is very helpful. We need members. Times are tough. I'm begging you. I'm kind of sad though today because something literally just happened before we started rolling. We are promoting a Teddy Fresh shirt that's coming out on Thursday that we've all been really excited and happy about. And it's something that I designed the concept of. Here it is. It's a teddy bear in a raincoat. And on the sleeve, it shows the weather forecast, which is rain. It's rain every day. And underneath the teddy bear in the raincoat, it says, I have crippling anxiety. But it's weird because I didn't anticipate this at all. But people are super upset.
Yeah.
People are really angry about this shirt, saying that we are romanticizing mental illness or that we're just commercializing mental illness. But the comments are really very, just mean, I think. But
no, they're not mean. They're just, they don't like it.
They don't like it. I guess I feel personally attacked maybe because I designed it. I mean, I didn't do the art, but like the concept, the I have crippling anxiety. The thing is, I guess it's hard to convey, but maybe if this was like H&M or something, or some big company. But like, here's the thing. I have suffered from generalized anxiety disorder my entire adult life, right? I see this as this bear. When I had generalized anxiety disorder so bad that I couldn't leave the house, I couldn't sleep for like 8 days in a row. I didn't sleep. I was so ashamed and embarrassed about my condition or whatever I was going through. I couldn't communicate it to my parents or even the closest people to me, and I suffered so much more because of that. Excuse me. The one thing I think, looking back, is if I would have just opened up and talked about it early on, I think it would have helped me so much. But I held it all in, and I think that it made the condition so much worse. It cascaded.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. For me, what I see in this bear is like, it's rainy all week. The bear's got his raincoat on. He's got crippling anxiety. But you still got to go outside and face the world. And that's kind of how my whole attitude towards anxiety is that you can never, once you surrender to it, then you lose. And so to me, it is a very personal statement. And I definitely am not trying to romanticize it, but I don't know. People are so upset. It's like 100% of the comments are just like, they're thinking the worst of us.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, I feel bad. I just feel bad because I didn't expect it. And obviously I don't want to offend people. So I'm kind of sad about it. And I'm conflicted as well, because on one hand, I love the design. I think the design is great.
I mean, for me, it's just something that didn't really come up for some reason. Neither of us really thought that was going to be an issue.
Maybe it's because I have the condition that I just took it for granted.
Yeah. So the shirt's already made. Like, it's already done. So we can't change anything. I see people's point in a way. I see both sides, I guess.
I think the fact that they don't know who I am or my story can upset people more. But like someone suggested, they're like, here, if you put this, then we would all be happy. It said, everything will be okay. But that, to me, that wasn't the concept that I wanted. I wanted people to know. Like, I feel like people are gatekeeping like mental illness a little bit. They says, you can't romanticize depression and anxiety, or if you're not allowed to wear this shirt unless you have anxiety or something like that. To me, the fact that I wasn't able to talk about it made it so much worse. If you can just come out and talk about it and say it, I think that is way more healing. So I don't even understand that perspective necessarily as someone who suffers from GAD, generalized anxiety disorder. I mean, I'm on antidepressants. I've done therapy. I mean, this is a huge daily part of my life. But I think, I don't know. It feels bad. It feels really bad. On the comments on Instagram and Twitter are horrible. People are saying we're canceled and Teddy Fresh is over because of one design that I made. And it's my fault, like everything. So great. Now I have crippling anxiety.
Well, no.
At least I can wear the shirt.
Now you have depression. We need to make.
Oh, shit.
We need to make the follow-up shirt.
On the back, it should say, I have crippling depression. But now I can wear it. People can't complain. The shame is, though, that, like, it's such a cool shirt, So there you go. And by the way, maybe it's the what I tweeted, the text. It says, crippling anxiety don't mean you ain't cute. But actually, there's a story behind that, too, because some days I would get up. I was so anxious. I hated being alive. But I would look, and maybe I would look in the mirror and be like, but you look good today. You're having a good day. I swear to God, I remember thinking that to myself, like, you know what? Your hair looks good today. And I don't know why that memory sticks out to me, because it was just so ridiculous. The juxtaposition of feeling so bad, but then having this moment of looking in the mirror and being like, you look pretty good today, though. I didn't leave the house, by the way, but just saying. So there you have it. Thoughts, Hila? You can blame me for this one.
I probably would have changed it if I could, but we can't. So.
Yeah. I mean, I have crippling anxiety. It could have said, keep on trucking there, kiddos. I don't know. Anyway, I just thought it was interesting. It's just one of those things, like, we totally didn't anticipate it.
Yeah.
It didn't even cross my mind that someone would be offended by it, but there it is. It's 100% offended.
Here we are. Like, it's one of those times when you see, like, Gucci makes this, like, blackface mask. And we're like, how did no one on, like, in the whole of Gucci's company, no one said anything. Everyone thought it was fine.
Let me pull that up.
Here we are.
Yeah, here we are. We become the Gucci blackface mask people. Hold on, let me find it. This is it. This is who we are, Hila. This is who we've become. Oh man. Well, Gucci didn't get canceled over it, so that's the weirdest thing. Oh, we're the Gucci face mask people. God,
That seems so much worse.
That does seem so much worse, I have to say. Although judging by the comments, you wouldn't think so. Why would you wear that? Why would you even wear that? Why would you even wear that? I mean, my God. By the way, I like Gucci. Their clothes is like just incredible. The quality and make it, everything. But this is a weird design. I guess it's meant to be.
Yeah, it's definitely meant to be
avant-garde
weird.
as fuck. I mean, if I saw someone walking down the street, I would like triple, quadruple take them. Like,
but I'm sure the designer was completely like thinking something else in their mind, and
so here it is. Actually, so this girl's wearing.
Maybe you can relate. Can you relate?
I guess I can now. I am that person. I love the mouth hole. It's just so bizarre.
It's funny.
It is. It's just never.
I think
seen
the
anything like it.
colors really make it like so insensitive, probably.
Well, actually, when you see it, so it's just around the mouth. With the picture that they were promoting, it's like tucked into. Oh, that's racist. That's racist.
I think it's the fact that it's black and red that just.
Yeah. Not good. Well, anyway, that's us. So Ethan and Hila are confirmed boomer shitbags who are out of touch. Shit. We're going to have to run everything by Ian first, I feel like. Because Ian, you were saying you could have anticipated
I just think,
right?
Depression and anxiety and it's all such a giant spectrum. Everyone experiences it in such a subjective way that whenever there's money involved, you're going to get the whole range of reaction.
We didn't get the whole range. We just got the bad ones.
I mean, you were saying there was some positivity
there was some.
in there
I'm
too.
kidding. Actually, there was some really nice supportive ones of people who were like, "Hey, I have anxiety and generalized anxiety disorder, and I like the shirt." So shout out to them. Anyway, let's move on. Enough about poor, unfortunate, canceled age 3, and let's talk about this great.
Feet.
What?
No, nothing.
What was that? All I heard was Dan go feet.
It's a feet.
Feet. Why did you say feet?
Because it's a meme on our show.
I want to talk about feet.
Oh.
We
I
got
want to
the
talk
sound
about
bite.
feet.
Okay.
That one.
All right. Jeez. I mean, it threw me off. All I heard was feet. I was like, what the hell?
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Okay. So we just issued an apology and pledged to donate 100% of the profits to a mental health charity.
Yes.
So that was a crisis that all happened live during the podcast. And we just dipped out and then came back, and now we're finishing the episode.
This episode recording is taking like a whole day to just do 10 minutes so far.
I know.
We've made it about 13 minutes into the show so far after starting at
3 hours?
Yeah, we started at 10. It's 1:30 now. So
Well, I'm glad we did it because I think it's the right thing to do, even though we probably talked it to death.
I mean,
we've talked it to death, but
that's why it's good that things happen. People say their feedback and you respond.
You
I mean,
can choose to listen or
honestly,
not.
we just didn't see it that way, and now we do. That's
Thing is,
it. It's that simple.
Yeah, it is that simple. I am a pro health advocate. I'm openly talking about my mental health issues. I have always suffered from mental health issues. I take 20 milligrams of Lexapro a day every morning. That's a high dosage, just so you know. My penis barely feels anything. It's like slapping it against I mean, you could put nails through my cock, I wouldn't feel it.
I mean, I take Lexapro too.
Yeah.
So we're a Lexapro family.
By the way.
My mom does.
Oh, your mom's?
My sister does now. Yeah.
Now people are going to start saying, oh, well, now you're advocating for everybody to take Lexapro.
Okay, hold on. Let's go issue an apology. I just said.
Well, there was a lot of
it's the pharmaceutical companies being evil.
There was a lot of trauma in your family after your dad passed. That's when everybody started on the Lexapro.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say that?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, because I just
It's
want to.
only been 2 years.
Yeah, it's just that was a big impact on your family. Ooh, I had to go get a soda to fucking calm me down too. Anyway, hey, it's a good cause. Let's give him some money. I just love the shirt. You could have written under anything under there. Like what if we wrote under the shirt, I fart on my hand and smell it? That's kind of a good caption. Should I pull up the shirt?
No.
I fart on my hand and smell it? Even Dan didn't laugh at that.
Yeah. Even
No,
that-
Dan?
I don't find farts amusing.
Not amusing.
How about
It's not a
I...
choking matter.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
you should
I
say
farted
something
on
about
feet.
feet.
Yeah.
I farted on feet.
It should say,
Dude, that's a good...
I want to smell feet.
I want to smell feet is pretty funny.
I'm not going to utter that.
What about...
Hila just did, though. That's a soundbite.
That is a soundbite, yeah.
Oh, no.
I fart on feet.
I hate feet, just for the record.
You hate my feet?
I don't like feet in general. Like,
You hate my feet?
I mean, I don't have anything personal against your feet. I just don't find feet
I always thought I had nice feet.
interesting.
It's one of my few nice characteristics.
I don't like looking at feet.
Well, feet are pretty, but I think that's why people have a foot fetish, because it's so repulsive and people like that, you know? Because they like to be demeaned or whatever. And so the
Wait.
foot.
Poor feet.
What?
I don't think it's a demeaning thing. with
How
the
is
foot
it not?
fetish.
You're sucking on someone's toes. It's definitely like a submissive, dominant thing.
Well,
I agree with that.
Thank you,
guess. I
Zach.
don't
And
know.
if anyone knows, it's Zach. Zach understands these
I
things.
admittedly don't know much about, despite the meme, I don't know a whole lot about
This
foot
is cool.
fetishes.
You can
So
stay on me.
Yeah, she sent you. This is what Belle sent. It's therapy.
Yeah.
it's like a comfort
All
animal.
right, let's move on for Christ's sake. I mean, we've not really.
We haven't covered anything.
Ay. People were so upset. I was just like, whoa. Alrighty. So, with that being said, I was meaning to start with a lighthearted goof. It's a little late for that, but let's try to get back on track here. Hey, this is the H3 podcast. What do I always say at the beginning? They think
Nobody's
Go ahead, Dan.
that we're not coming back. We're never
Nope.
coming back. This is it.
They said we would never be back.
Right.
Well, here we are. Here it is, guys. We got mobility scooter memes.
What is that? It's got a Ferrari sticker on it.
What is that? I love it. And it can't even hit the curb,
What
bro.
is that? It's got a Ferrari sticker on it.
I love that he was just
It's so
filming
cute.
it. He's just filming it because it's so goofy, and then it tips the fuck over.
What is that? It's got a Ferrari sticker on it.
Wait, I gotta watch this. Was he trying to hop the curb? Or did he just
What
accidentally
is
hit
that?
it?
It's got a Ferrari sticker on it.
I don't know.
Oh, bro, I don't want the gas anymore. I want a fully contained.
Isn't this thing so cute? It looks like
It's awesome.
looks
that
like
even-
Theodore's toy, but like actual.
Oh yeah.
I think it's just a mobility scooter that's like all purpose.
What is that? It's got a Ferrari sticker on it.
I love how there's no balance. There's just no structural integrity.
It's so narrow and tall. It's
Yeah,
like the center of
it
gravity
took a
is so high.
slight small curve and just totally.
Lo, how frequently does that
What
happen
is
to
that? It's got a
them?
Ferrari sticker on it.
He's like, damn it, not again. But that's got to be a pretty bad impact for someone who's like,
Yeah.
has mobility issues too.
I mean, that's true. Can you even call that a mobility scooter at that point? I mean, that's just a car.
That's a mobility.
Yeah, it's a car.
That's an automobile, I believe it's called. An automobility.
Disability mobility sticker on it.
I love the disability mobility mobile. So can you guys look Zach or Ian, look that up. Let me see what's the price and how can I buy that?
It's called a Power Wheel.
Oh, what?
I think Dan's making a joke.
Oh.
It was a toy when we were kids.
There's more There's actually a lot of memes that were generated from the last episode when we opened Belle's mystery box. Some fan art. Hila, the kitty girl, and Ethan, the protector warrior.
It's funny because we're the same height.
Yeah, why am I so short?
But people always draw us like that. They always do me like tall and like skinny, and you're short and chubby.
I mean, it's pretty funny though.
It's funny. I guess that's what our caricature
I think for a
vibe
tall,
is.
exactly. I think for a girl, you're tall. I'm a normal height, but I think the fatness, it's easy for people to be like, oh, he's. I mean, that's a pretty accurate portrayal, to be honest. I look pretty cool.
That's really cute.
I think I look pretty cool with my sword and my Teddy Fresh shirt.
Yeah.
It's another art, which is, I think, Conan the Barbarian.
That's what I thought at first too, but I saw other people commenting it's from what do you call it? Like the Mars Saga thing. They made a movie about it a couple years ago.
How's that not Conan?
Well, the artist might have been the same artist that did the Conan stuff too. I'm not sure.
Oh, this one cracked me up.
John Carter. There you go. That's what I couldn't think of the name.
Ela doing the Hego. What is it? How's it? Hego face. Can you try that? You've never tried it. I did it. You don't want to try it?
I don't want to do it, and then it'll be memed forever.
Yeah, it would be, but that's good. There you go. If you just do this, Ela, like 1 billion people will beat off to you.
I don't want to.
Talk to me, baby.
Talk to me, baby. Vin Diesel is requesting a Hego face. Vin, do you want to see it?
So fucking beautiful.
Well, Vin Diesel, how are you going to say no to Vin Diesel? All right. When grandma gives you $100 for Christmas, I was stoked. I was like, dude, that's a fresh Hyundai.
That's totally the face.
Yeah, Bells tuck $100 bill in like a little teddy bear. This one, Ian. Yes, our Ian made. And first of all, I have to commend you on the H3 PS4.
Everything
what the hell?
So
Yeah. But why did you write Why did you write Delphine edition Delphine?
I think it's the French version, right?
Yeah, the regular Dark Souls cover has that on it.
Say what?
It says like definitive edition and then definitive edition in French because it's like a multi-region
Wow,
release.
that's a deep cut.
Yeah.
You actually made it look pretty dope. Simp Souls. H3 Damn, you fucking thought of everything, bro.
It's got the FUPA rating for the
17
ESRB.
plus.
How much time did this take you?
Oh no, like 10, 15 minutes.
Wow.
Really? Ian is a real
Clone
talent.
stamp tool, baby.
Clone
Best
it.
tool.
I have to say,
It is the best tool.
Ian is such a creative tour de force that I'm not kidding. He's such a talent. I wish I could utilize him more.
I appreciate that. Thank
got
you.
a great brain.
That was a soundbite. Take me for real.
You're getting better.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
That was real.
Wait, it was real?
That one was real. The first one was fake.
Oh,
Am I right?
Jesus.
You can assume 90% of the time you hear me.
That's a soundbite. See, I'm getting good at this. Try to trick me, Zach, and then I'll call it out. That should be the game.
All right, deal.
Anyway, good job, Ian. Ela making an OnlyFans, I sleep. Ethan making OnlyFans, real shit. I got a really weird email from a fan, which I think was in earnest, where he was like begging me to make an OnlyFans.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
So.
It didn't seem like it was a meme. He was.
Well, no, he did seem serious. That's why it struck out to me.
What seemed serious about it?
Because he was. You want me to read? I mean, I could probably find it, but he just was writing in really desperate language how badly he needed me to make an OnlyFans. It was probably a joke, but I mean, I wasn't sure. While you were partying, he studied the blade and podcasting. I'm not very good at podcasting or blade, so maybe I should have just partied. That's awesome, though. I love all the sword imagery. It's so sick. This one, someone's just goofing on me here. My weird ass, my loving girlfriend.
I saw this a couple times. I don't know why. They made your arms tiny.
Yeah.
It just really fucking
I have
cracked
no
me up.
idea why they did that, but it looks so funny.
No, I know, and it was like very well received.
I don't think there's any reasoning to it.
It's pretty funny. I agree.
I don't know why. What is it?
Because I look like
maybe you get the way you're standing like a dinosaur.
right, and I have little T-Rex paws. This one I loved. I knew he looked like. I said he looked like Sasquatch, Bigfoot on the water, and it's totally true. Look at it. The posture's exactly the same. It's so awesome. So there you have it. The memes have been strong. You know, usually when we do these meme segments, I'm like, oh, fuck this, fuck this, fuck this. But these were all good. So keep it up, guys. Also, if you've gone over to the H3 podcast Discord, available to members only, there's a hell of a lot of good conversation there. Sorry, guys.
So many.
I've been chugging this Coca-Cola because I've just been very stressed about the whole everything happening this morning.
Can you switch to water?
No.
You chug in the water.
Smash Mouth. Smash Mouth, yes. Shrek Mouth. You know, Shrek kind of like almost, you could say they made Smash Mouth, which is probably true. They put them on the map somewhat. That's not true. They were popular.
Yeah, they were big.
But like they immortalized Smash Mouth. But also they ruined Smash Mouth.
Memized.
Yeah. Because it's just Shrek
Memified.
Mouth.
They've been memified.
They've been mummified in a memification. Anyway, you guys probably heard Sturgis Motorcycle Rally in America. 10-day festival with an estimated 200... Ethan. Estimated to attract 250,000 motorcycle enthusiasts all around the country. Where's Sturgis, Dan?
Oh, South Dakota?
Is that the better Dakota?
I don't have a strong opinion. I think South Dakota has Rushmore, so
we like Rushmore.
They at least have something. I don't think there's really much to North Dakota, but I apologize to our North Dakotan fans.
I mean, I could see that
for saying that if
sure.
If that's upsetting to you.
So anyway, 250,000 are in South Dakota. The festival features motorcycle shows, a roller derby, drag race, and poker tournaments, etc. Nobody's wearing masks. They are encouraging people to wear masks, but not requiring it. And so, of course, nobody there is wearing masks, social distancing, etc. And they have the lineup band. The headliner is Smash Mouth. Apparently, they just have a bunch of really kind of a bad lineup of bands, but including also Drawing Pool, who is famous for the song "Let the Bodies Hit the Floor," which I thought was apt.
Is it Drowning Pool?
Drawing Pool. What did I say? Drawing Pool.
What are you saying?
Drawing. Drawing.
Isn't it Drowning Pool though?
I'm reading what you wrote.
It's spelled drawing pool, Dan.
It is drawing?
It's drowning pool, no?
Well, one of you guys wrote the name of the band for me.
It could just be
drowning pool.
It's drowning pool.
So who wrote Drawing Pool?
I don't know. Maybe it was me. Maybe it's a typo. I don't think that there. As far as I know, there's no band named Drawing Pool. So.
Okay, who wrote Drawing Pool?
I don't know. I'm not looking at the doc right now.
I remember even seeing your ass in the document writing that.
Called out.
Was it you?
Oh my God, no.
All right, let's rip like Chris Hanson.
Do I need to bring back Chris Hanson? Just remember, your ass is going to jail for serious crimes.
Is this what he's going to sit me down for? Is misspelling drowning pool?
I can't believe you're not going to own that, Zach.
I didn't do it. I swear to God.
I think it might have been me, but that would have been a typo.
If it was you, Dan, that's unforgivable because you're the one that called me out for it.
Well, I didn't. It wasn't intentional.
That's true.
Hold on.
You called me out for it. You fucking set me up. What the hell? That's such bullshit.
Yeah, I just pulled it up. My original doc, and it does saying Drawing Pool. So that's my bad.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna blame autocorrect for that one.
No.
All right,
I
next cameo.
I knew better. As soon as you said it, I knew that was wrong.
Well, why? How are you blaming drowning is a word? Why would autocorrect it? Why would they change it to drawing if drowning is a word?
There was a typo, and it just autocorrected it to. I don't know how these things work.
All right.
I don't know.
So, excuse me.
All I know is who's gonna be addressed on the next cameo.
You think
I'm on the chopping block now? Yeah, that's fair.
That's an interesting point. Yeah. Okay, so Drowning Pool is going to be performing "Let the Bodies Hit the Floor," which is awesome.
Yeah.
Considering here, when you see the footage of the people that are attending, watch this. It's just a bunch of like. Let me see. Put this politely. Oh,
Bikers. There's a bunch of bikers. That's
no. It's gonna be more specific. I guess they're not. There's a lot of fat people there. I don't see many fat people here, but
No, actually not.
I mean, yeah. But like, I mean, this is awesome. You're in the middle of a pandemic. No, literally not one mask in sight. Everyone packed together, and then someone singing, "Let the bodies hit the floor." It's so awesome. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor.
Yay.
And then everybody's singing along and screaming, like spitting on each other. It's awesome. I mean, it's hilariously ironic. You know, if it wasn't sad. But what can you do at a certain point? These people just want to die.
Yeah.
Or die free, I guess they say. I'd rather... I love these people, man. They think that wearing a mask is asking people to wear a mask is tyranny.
It's really highlighting just this whole concept of freedom here in America. Like, it's fine. Like, freedom is one thing, but you can also follow science and the rules.
Ela, can I ask you something? The same people, I'm making a generalization, so take this for what it is. But it seems to me that the same people who complain that wearing masks is tyranny don't say shit when police pull up in plain clothes and throw people in unmarked vans.
That's just the talking points on TV.
No, but like, I mean, that seems way more...
Oh, man.
Yeah, Jake Paul's like, oof.
Oof, Ethan,
Big
bad
oof.
take.
But don't you think...
Big
like,
oof.
That's
some
way
overlap.
scarier, bro. That's way scarier.
Like you said, that is a generalization, though, and I am sure there are some that are anti-mask that are also anti-police brutality. I think most libertarians
police
would define
brutality,
themselves as having the stance that you're
I'm not even
saying.
talking about police brutality. I'm talking about pulling up an unmarked uniform, throwing people in unmarked vans, and taking off.
How many people have you asked what their opinion is on that?
I would venture to say that.
I'm saying I've seen a lot more people complaining about masks being a sign of tyranny than being thrown in an unmarked van and being taken off.
That's because they're being asked to wear a mask versus the other thing didn't happen.
Well, let's start scooping people up and see.
Exactly.
See if they object. I think a principled libertarian would hold those two positions that you're stating.
No masks.
And against
no
being
abductions,
thrown,
no
and
kidnapping,
abductions, yes.
no government sanctioned kidnapping.
Theoretically, they would be very against both of those things.
Good.
I love it.
Trump loves. Which does he love?
I said I love it.
Okay, all right. I won't ask for clarification. I want to push. I mean, we have the president on the line here.
Nobody likes me.
That's not true. There's plenty of people that like you. Don't be hard on yourself. All right.
We're probably at break time, though I don't know if you...
Let me finish this story.
Okay,
so they're going to be reading... somebody once told me that the next to me has COVID and he gonna cough in my face. Well, he's breathing kind of heavy and soon he'll be on a ventilator and it won't be long before he's dead. Well, the cases start coming and they don't stop coming. The hospitals are packed and people start running. They come to Sturgis just to have some fun, but then they come alive and they leave dead.
Real dead.
And they leave dead. That's dumb. So much to do, but so many need to die before we start wearing masks. You'll never know if you don't go to Sturgis. You'll never know if you don't die in Sturgis. Hey, now, you've got COVID. Hey, now, you got COVID, but don't say that. You get the idea. I think it's a good remix.
We started really strong. And
that was very impressive.
Yeah.
Oh, it was?
That's fucking
the
dope.
The first few verses were pretty good, man. We kind of lost steam there at the end. But.
Well, it's hard to keep that up. Hey, now, you got COVID. Come spread. All that sprays is COVID. Only shooting. What do they call it?
Droplets.
Yeah, droplets. Only shooting respiratory droplets in the air. Don't breathe because COVID's in the air. Sunshine disinfects, but not from the hair. Because, yeah.
Kind of random.
I'm trying my best.
Kind of random. Jesus.
Still, though, an admirable
Thank you
attempt.
very much.
Yeah, no,
Thank
no,
you,
it
thank you,
was
thank you.
impressive.
Anything else? Oh yeah. You're gonna like this, Hila. Here's Smash Mouth doing their headline. Listen, this is him.
Now we're all here together tonight. We're being human once again. Fuck that COVID shit.
He said, "Fuck that COVID shit."
Interesting.
And now we're all here together tonight.
Is he gonna get down and mingle with the crowd?
Oh, that's a really good. That's a really good question. Because wait, I'll read. There's actually something related to that.
Because they're up there on the stage keeping 6 feet distance.
So listen to this. Yeah, he said, we're all together tonight. Fuck that COVID shit. Yeah, tonight. Until tomorrow, people just can't breathe. So listen to this. The band's manager quickly tried to do damage control in a statement to Billboard. He said, everything backstage was sanitized. The band has their own COVID addendum to the rider as well, and the promoter and venue adhere to all of our requests. So their damage control is, we were safe up on the stage, but all the plebs down on there, fuck COVID to them, but we're safe. I mean, that's crazy.
Fuck that COVID shit.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys too.
Fuck that COVID shit. Whoa, 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 whoa. Not too close. Not too close. It's in our rider. All staff members must maintain 20 feet from us. We spent endless hours. This is continuing the quote from their manager. We spent endless hours advancing this event to make sure it was pulled off as safely as possible, and we are very happy with the outcome. Really? Look at this.
How?
This is not possible. This is a view from the stage. Smash Mouth.
What's safe about this?
The Smash Mouth organization has taken this pandemic very seriously and has taken measures to keep our band crew and fans as safe as possible during this time. Yeah, I think that would just mean not showing up to this.
Or at the very least, wear a mask.
Instead of saying fuck COVID, be like, guys, please put on your masks.
Well, it should be required. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is America. That would be tyrannical.
From what I was reading, it actually was required at the event, but obviously just nobody did it. And what are you going to say?
Wait, I heard it was optional. I read that it was optional.
I read differently.
Well, regardless,
doesn't matter. You either enforce it or you don't.
Yeah, exactly.
I just find it incredible because, like, we're here, I guess, living in a bubble. It's hard to really, realize how vast and how many different kinds of people are in this country. But it's just incredible to me that nobody, not even one person in the sea of people, is like concerned.
I mean, we just drove to Newport Beach and no one was concerned there either.
There were some people, but the majority were not wearing masks.
It was like 5% maybe.
Yeah, but this is a huge gathering. I would expect to see. I guess anyone that's really concerned just wouldn't go.
Right.
Yeah, they were estimating 250,000 people arriving, according to that article. But I'd be curious how many actually showed up. Like if the turnout was suppressed.
That does not look like 250,000, but
well, it's just one.
Yeah, it's just one camera
or whatever. Yeah, and it's a 10-day event. So,
hey now, so let's see here. The hospital's got 50 ventilators, and there's only 5 left to spare. Hey now. You need a ventilator, but we're getting short, so hurry. Hey now, you need a ventilator, or you can't breathe, so it's not that funny anymore.
It's getting worse and worse.
Fuck. Does anyone else want to try?
Leave on
you gonna leave me in the
note.
cuts? You guys leaving me in the trenches here?
I was grooving to that.
See, Zach's the best.
Zach's always grooving.
All right, let's throw to a quick commercial break. And it is quick. I'm telling you, we don't have any ads left. Teddy Fresh is being canceled. I mean, it's kind of bleak here on the H3.
Come on, almost such a downer. Jeez.
Well, I'm just being honest. I mean, shit is fucked, dude. It's just awful. Chris Hansen. You know how much it cost for that Chris Hansen clip? Was it like $300, Dan?
I don't think.
Oh no,
this
Chris
was
Hansen was mega cheap.
Yeah, his was
It was
pretty
like
cheap.
$50.
There were some other ones that turned us down that were extremely expensive.
Yeah.
Actually, we put an order out for somebody. I don't want to give out the name yet because I want to be surprised, but he was like $350, right?
Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah.
That'll be great though if it pays off. But we got Chris Hansen to basically say, "I will make fake charges against you for $50."
Or whatever it was.
He
Maybe
did
it was like
so
100.
good.
No,
Yeah,
it was
it was
great.
great.
Yeah.
Chris Hansen, dude. The fact that you get Chris Hansen to threaten anyone you want for $50 is like the Brave New World. Like, is like how do you say it? It's the dystopian future that we all want to have. Although dystopian is inherently bad, isn't it? It's a utopian future.
Sure. Yeah.
All right, let's have a quick break, and when we come back, we are going to talk about so much great stuff. Ellen, I want this. Ellen, did you know that Ellen forbid her interns to look at her? I always find that so interesting. So I put together a whole list of celebrities that don't allow their employees to look at them. I, of course, am on the top of that list.
I was going to say you're on that list.
Yeah.
Right?
All right, we'll be right back. I got to be honest. My underwear drawer before I found MeUndies was an embarrassing disaster. And I'm going to be honest with you guys again. I've carried around the same underwear for decades. And you get to the point where the underwear just gets crusty. It starts to disintegrate. You ever had underwear for so long it just disintegrates? There's literally just holes, not tears, like holes where the fabric has disintegrated. You know? Have you ever owned underwear that long?
I feel like I have seen that. I probably have seen it on your underwear
Maybe.
happening. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, it's embarrassing and it's not fun, but that's what MeUndies is that every time you open your drawer, it's fun. It's exciting. You start your day, you take the shower, you open your underwear drawer, boom. You get excited because not only do you have beautiful designs, it's lush, it's soft, it's caressing, it's wonderful. It makes your day better knowing that you're going to have these beautiful fabrics that are going to nestle up on your ass crack, balls, and penis. And let's be honest, that's kind of the most important stuff to treat well.
It's not just for guys, too.
Well, yeah, and you have a butthole and a vagina. So
Yeah.
that's important, too. Listen, MeUndies is serious about softness. They're super serious. They scoured the earth for the softest fabric known to man. It all starts with sustainably sourced beechwood trees that magically turn from pulp to yarn to undies. You can keep your undies drawer stocked with MeUndies memberships, a subscription that sends new pairs right to your door. Plus, you get site-wide savings and exclusive sales. MeUndies has a great offer for our listeners. For any first-time purchase, you get 15% off and free shipping. It's a no-brainer, especially considering you have a 100% satisfaction guaranteed. That means if you don't love the undies, if they're not perfectly comfortable, forget it. Send it, get your money back. Forget about it. So, to get 15% off your first order, free shipping, and 100% satisfaction guaranteed, go to MeUndies.com/H3. That's MeUndies.com/H3. Welcome back, everybody. I've come to this point in the episode where we're going to be talking about Ellen. Ellen is one of those people that just gets one name. Thoughts on that?
Incorrect. Ellen DeGeneres?
No, but people call her Ellen. It's just like, oh, I know who you're talking about. Ellen. You don't have to say by the way, her name is Ellen the Degenerate. Pretty good, right?
I don't know. This statement is not that great, so.
Bono. Edge.
I don't think that's equivalent.
Ellen.
It's Ellen DeGeneres.
I guess but like who else gets that recognition by just their first name? Name one person, you say their first name, and they get that immediate recognition. One first name.
Howard.
No, Howard does not have that, Zach. I'm sorry.
I think so.
Ellen.
Yeah, people would say Stern.
Yeah,
not
people say
Howard.
Stern.
Every like Stern fan I meet, like when you mention
Stern
Howard.
fan, go on the street and be like, you know Howard? And they'll be like, who? They'll be like, what
No,
are you
they're
talking
gonna be
about?
all like
if
Howard
you go
Stern?
on the
Yes.
street and say Ellen, people are like, yeah, Ellen. There's only one Ellen.
Yeah.
We all know who Ellen is. Go ahead.
All right, fair enough.
It's a
You're right.
phenomenon that I think is worth, raising.
It's okay.
Obama. See, that's.
How about, hey, I've got a good one.
Go ahead.
Gila.
Only here though.
She's the
Yeah,
In
only
maybe.
Israel, there's a lot.
Oh, well, that's fair.
Yeah, that's it's like a super common name.
Yeah.
You say that here, though.
But here, you
only
don't
one
know
Hila.
it, so I'm the
Oh,
only
Ela?
one.
Be like, what? And we have to get you more famous.
I'm the only one.
Because if you go on the street,
It's a very unique name here.
all right, I'll pound it on that. You are the only one. It's pretty cool. Does it feel cool to come here and feel more unique in the name wise?
Definitely, I don't hate my name here. In Israel, I feel like,
How would you compare it? Because in Israel, Ela's almost like the Deborah or something.
what would I compare?
Just
to?
because I only say Deborah because all of my
Not
friends.
Deborah.
I only say that.
Why you
because
gotta do Deborah?
Can I explain? Because all of my friends growing up, like all of their moms was named Deborah.
But why my mom?
I'm just saying it's a common name. There's no meaning there.
But what was your friend's common name, Why are you looking at the mom?
Amanda.
Okay.
I don't know. Lots of Amandas growing up.
Yeah.
Ashley.
It's like that.
Yeah. Are we done?
We're gonna argue today about everything.
Ellen. So anyway, Ellen, she's been in the news, as you guys know. There's kind of two parallel, distinct situations going on with Ellen. One is that the workplace on the Ellen Show. What is her name? It's just the Ellen Show. What is it called? Ellen Show. Yeah.
I think it's the Ellen Show, yeah.
Ellen's Show. What is the official name?
I think it might even just be Ellen.
No, it's the
Ellen.
Ellen DeGeneres Show.
Oh, for real?
Wait, hold on.
That undermined
Now
your
I'm
whole
confused.
point, dude.
The Ellen DeGeneres, the Degenerate Show.
You know what I found out when researching this?
We can't get the simplest shit.
But like our whole fucking premise of shit. Yeah, it's hilarious. You at least finds it funny. No, but what I said is true. She's still Ellen. I thought her show was just called Ellen. I thought it was just Ellen.
Well, it's not.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's called the Ellen DeGeneres Show. I think they should rebrand though.
Oh my god.
I'm surprised it's called the Ellen DeGeneres Show, aren't you?
No.
I thought it was
why?
just, because people always just say, I'm going on Ellen.
They don't.
I swear they do. They say, they do. I'm going on Ellen.
Okay.
And
I don't know.
I've said Ellen so many times it's a losing meaning. Okay, so the Ellen, may I call it Ellen for the purpose of trying to explain the story?
No,
Because
say the whole name.
The Ellen DeGeneres Show is a lot to take in. What is the origin? What does DeGeneres mean? Where's that from? It's a weird name. It's a weird name, DeGeneres. What's the origin of that? Somebody find out quick.
Zach's working on it. I can see him typing away.
Ellen,
he's crunching the numbers right now.
It's just a last name, isn't it?
DeGeneres? I never met another DeGeneres.
To be honest, I thought it was called The Ellen Show.
Thank you, Ian, who usually contradicts me on every single point, supports me on this one.
DeGeneres is French.
Okay. Yeah, I should have guessed
Can
that.
you pronounce? Can you pronounce it in French?
DeGeneres.
Did you read the phonetics, or was you just guessing?
No, that was just me doing a French accent.
DeGeneres.
Did you know that her brother was a correspondent on The Daily Show for years?
Oh, no, I didn't. Let me see a picture of her brother.
His name's Vance DeGeneres. And he was like one of the OG ones in like the early 2000s when Jon Stewart was first.
I wonder if he's
took over The
bitter
Daily
that,
Show.
that his sister made it and he didn't.
Or
Oh,
kinda
I don't
made it.
even recognize him.
Never seen him.
You think when you're that rich, you just kick down money to your family?
They look. I mean, you definitely can see that they're siblings.
Yeah.
Wow.
Definitely.
Look at that.
That's funny.
I actually do. I remember him. I mean, vaguely. It was a long time ago that he was on The Daily Show, but I remember he was one of the correspondents with, Stephen Colbert and Carell in that era.
Do they both just have like whatever skin tightening cosmetic surgery? Because both their faces look a little tight. His more so. Anyway, she's worth about $500 million. You think she just kicks down?
That's a good question, but any any
Probably,
millionaire, trillionaire.
You probably have to. Oh, handsome guy. This is a much better photo. Don't you think?
Mm,
Than this one?
looks like
he
a
looks
little
kinda
bit like a
dweeb.
vampire in that one.
Yeah. Okay.
You're kind of right. Vampire energy there.
Anyway, this is like, let's get to the
We're way off
fucking
the rails.
point.
This whole episode.
Ellen. So it's a toxic workplace environment. And then the other layer is that Ellen herself is a rude, mean person. So we're going to talk about these two issues separately, if that's okay with you, Hila.
Yeah.
I think the Teddy Fresh controversy really got to Hila.
Broke her mind a little bit.
First of all, Ellen's show is being accused of being a toxic workplace. What does that mean? One former black employee claimed that a main writer once told her, "I'm sorry, I only know the names of the white people who work here."
What?
Which is like so comically insane
Yeah.
and racist that it's hard to believe someone could even say that, frankly.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I only know the names of the white people that work here. That's crazy, bro. But that's what this person told the reporter from BuzzFeed.
Wow.
They wrote, the current and former workers faced intimidation tactics and racism. In other cases, I literally said employees.
And you always said tax sticks.
Employees, Hila. In other cases, employees had to struggle to get necessary time off. Listen to this. One employee had to request time off after getting into a car accident and having 2 family deaths within a year. They claimed that each request was a battle with supervisors and HR. In another case, an employee took a month of medical leave to go to a mental health facility after a suicide attempt. When that employee returned to set, they learned their position was being eliminated. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Sounds kind of similar to, not funny, Ethan. Suicide attempt. I'm not joking about that. I was going to make a joke about, like, Ian breaking his foot, and we tried to fire him, but he got HR involved. I'm HR, by the way. Is that a conflict of interest? Also, there's been lots of sexual assault allegations that I don't even want to read because I actually need the revenue desperately on our podcast. So I'm not going to read them, but they're really, really gross and heinous. Kind of typical Harvey Weinstein type of stuff from the executive producers.
What the hell?
Yeah. So that's kind of, that's actually the big part of that allegation of the toxic workplace. So if you're interested in those kinds of allegations,
Apparently all kinds of just like really gross statements. Like, some producer told a black employee, "Oh wow, you both have box braids. I hope we don't get you confused." Like, I guess about 2 black people.
I'm wondering if that could have been misunderstood.
I don't really see
Like
how.
if it was just like,
that was the same
yeah, it's the
producer
same
with
haircut.
the other. No, but
it's the same producer?
I think so. Because I saw that too. I'm pretty
'Cause
sure it was the same one that made the other comment about not knowing the names of black employees.
Because I could see that maybe them just being like, "Oh, you guys have the same haircut. Oh, we don't get you confused." But like, I'm just trying to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, perhaps. But once you combine it with the other stuff, it's
Once you
start
tell
to see a
someone,
pattern.
Once you tell someone, I only remember white people's names.
That one's real heinous.
That one I cannot.
And the sexual assault ones, from what I understood reading it, was corroborated by like
It
was like 36 employees all said, yeah, that happened. So it's like not just a couple people. It's like everybody that works on the show is like, yeah, that happened.
That's a good point, Dan. The person who wrote the article was like 36 different employees corroborated these stories. And then the next line is like, the producers deny it. It's like, dude, you can't, that's like everybody that ever worked on the show. 36? That's everybody.
Yeah.
So then that's part 1. Part 2 is that Alan is a dick. The Daily Beast. Isn't that Ben Shapiro's Or is that?
No,
Oh,
that's Daily Caller. There's a lot of daily somethings out there.
Yeah, it's confusing
I got 'em
me.
confused too. Yeah.
The Daily Beast published a story detailing accounts from many former employees and encounters with her, such as Ellen refusing to make eye contact with interns. Ellen almost getting a waitress fired for having a chipped nail.
Wait, what?
Yes.
What does that mean?
Apparently, the waitress had a chipped nail, and Ellen tried to get her fired.
I just looked it up. It was actually Daily Wire, so it's another daily for Ben Shapiro.
I'm gonna make a newspaper called the Daily Daily.
Probably already exists.
The Daily Daily. Maybe just take out the and replace it with daily. Daily, daily, daily.
Daily schmutz.
So I don't quite understand why would you be offended by someone having a chipped nail, but I'm not Ellen.
Yeah, why would you?
It's like, oh.
I can't imagine what.
Well, I would hate to have to see that if someone was serving me food. It's like, you don't want to see that. I don't know. I'm just trying to use my imagination.
I think I did actually see some comments to that effect, though.
If you're at a nice restaurant. Okay, imagine this. I'm just trying to understand. Imagine you're at
I wouldn't know this. Would you even look at the nail?
Imagine you're at a 3-star Michelin restaurant. World renowned. $1,000 per head. You're waiting. Here's this beautiful plate of food. And then what do you see? A chip nail as they're serving. I would talk. Maybe
yeah,
she's like,
that's what I had in mind.
and then she probably went to the manager and was like, it's like a Larry David moment. Just want to say the food was good. Chip nail.
I don't think it's worth bringing up.
No, of course. I mean, it's crazy. It's insane. I'm just trying to imagine even the situation, how it occurs. Yeah, of course. It's the craziest thing I ever heard. She fired a former head writer, Karen Kilgraff,
Karen,
for refusing to cross the picket line during the 2008 writer strike. Well, that's douchey. That's really douchey.
Refusing to what?
So there was a writer strike in Hollywood, and one of her head writers refused to go into work because she was in solidarity with her union, and so Ellen fired her. She furloughed a large chunk of her crew.
That sounds kind of illegal. Like, aren't you allowed to protest?
I don't know. I mean, they have the. I'm not really sure, but
Like,
it does.
can you really
the labor
fire
laws in
someone?
Hollywood, and when it comes to the unions, is incredibly complicated. There may have been, they may have found some loophole, some
Yeah.
other way of letting them go. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of politics when it comes to that kind of stuff.
During COVID, she furloughed a large chunk of her crew during the crisis and instead hired non-union outfit to run the tech for her at-home broadcast. That's so dirty, bro. Why'd you do them so dirty like that? I mean, she's worth $500 million. Like, I mean, how much does it cost to keep those people on payroll for even a year?
Not even $1
Also,
billion.
these networks. Why are these networks so fucking cheap ass that they can't float these people for a minute? And then those who did stay on were told their pay would be cut by 60% and have reduced hours. Well, the reduced hours I understand because there's not that much work, but why cut their pay 60%? By the way, and then Ellen's net worth is estimated between $300 and $500 million.
Yeah, that's just lame. You would think that also just, I don't know, it sounds like she comes from not an easy way, making it, when she came out as gay, she had a hard time.
Yeah.
And she kind of had to like start over. So it sounds like someone that would have a little more empathy for people, but apparently not.
I mean, as business owners, that was something that we definitely would never consider doing.
This stuff?
The COVID stuff.
Yeah.
The not looking me in the eyes is obviously something like I totally get.
That's standard operating procedure right there.
The last time Zach looked me in the eyes, I told him to go home, stay home for 2 weeks, and I cut his pay by 60%.
He put the fear in me.
So that's true. You guys can speak with authority that you've been really good to us during this whole crisis.
Oh, thank you. I've been waiting for you to say that.
1,000,000%. Yeah.
Not to blow you too hard or anything, but yeah, no, we're grateful. We know this is a tough time, and we've never had any fear of getting laid off or furloughed or anything. So
well, you shouldn't, because you guys ain't going anywhere except Zach. People don't subscribe.
No. And I'm not super. It's okay not having to look you in the eyes as well.
Yeah, we don't really.
I'm
like
able to live with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you're not good with eye contact anyway, Ian. So I figure it's just doing you a favor.
It's because I'm always looking at my slick shoes.
Right. Ian, what do you think about those new Yeezys, the white eggshell?
Oh God!
alien?
Please tell me that you hate it.
Let me pull that up.
No,
Wait,
he doesn't. You know he doesn't.
Wait, hold on. Let me pull it up so people know what we're talking
Have
about.
you seen it then?
Yeah, we were talking about it the other day.
You guys already talked about it.
Wait, whoa, hold on.
How is it possible?
Where are they? I can't even find them. What are they called, Ian?
Just say alien-looking Yeezys.
He put them on his Twitter. They were still up as of yesterday because we were just talking.
Ian,
about
do you know what they're called?
Of course he knows.
Well, tell me then.
He's muted. I don't think he realizes he's muted.
Oh, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's with a basketball player, Derrick Rose.
Okay.
Search Derrick Rose Yeezy.
Okay.
Are those the buzzsaw ones?
This is the worst thing I've ever seen.
There's no way that you like this.
Here. Let me show this.
Let me pull them up on my end too. I need a refresher.
I don't believe you.
Here.
I just don't.
Here it is on Twitter. So, Ian, you didn't say, do you like these? It looks like packing peanuts as a shoe.
They're kind of slick.
Oh my God!
Wait, those are the opposite of slick. I mean, you could say a lot of things about that shoe, but that's not slick.
It's kind of slick.
How much are they? How do I get one? I kind of want to try it.
There's another one too that he tweeted that, in my opinion, is even worse.
Really?
I don't know if you saw that.
No.
Let me just click his Twitter.
I
Is
thought
he
this
still
one was the
manically
worst.
tweeting like crazy?
He has
So
been
here's
tweeting
this.
a lot. If you keep scrolling, I think it wasn't too much further down.
Oh,
This one, the yellow one?
No. Although, I mean, that one, I don't know.
What in
I have
God's
an opinion
name?
on that one too, but nice background.
This?
Ian. No, keep going.
Wow.
I'm gonna show Ian's background real quick. There you go.
This? That's a sketch.
No. You'll know it when you see it. Just keep scrolling. It's coming. It's coming. There.
Oh. Oh, no, I think the other one's
I
worse.
think that one is worse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because this one's more of like
This one's
a
pretty
slipper
wearable,
in a
yeah.
way. It's like slippers.
I mean, so there's no info about price or anything on these?
No.
Well, yeah, I think it was just, they might just be concepts.
Well, I
don't
will
know.
say it's a really, I mean, I've never seen a shoe like that. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but at a
It's
certain
like,
point.
it's like wearing a giant tooth. Come on, who wouldn't want to wear that?
Ooh,
kind of tooth you
that's
got, dude.
gross.
like a shark tooth, I guess.
I guess. Yeah.
It looks more like an invertebrate of a prehistoric like sea animal that you would find in a
It
fossil.
just
See the
looks
picture?
to me like when you see like architecture projects like in college, an architecture student, that would be like their prototype
Well,
for the building that they would make.
Yeah, they're like trying. You're trying so hard to
Yeah.
be original, and it is original, but for a reason, because it's a bad idea. You know what I mean?
Show this.
Look
picture
here,
on
Ian.
someone.
Ian, look at what it looks like with someone wearing it.
Please,
No, it's my background.
please
Someone has-
tell me that.
Do you see this?
Yeah, so insane.
This looks so stupid. It's so clunky. That's not. I mean, you can't call that slick, bro.
If you're looking, is it the
you
the girl
can't
with
see,
the shoe
right.
on and the white
Yeah.
sweater?
Yeah.
No, it's just legs.
It's from the same set of photos that you have as your background because she's wearing the same blue leggings.
Blue leggings.
Okay,
yeah.
so I think a little context. I think she's wearing a size. She put in her bio like I'm wearing a size 12 or 13. I think just like as a goof.
Okay.
How'd you get her? Where do we get those? Where'd you
Yeah.
get
Because
those on this?
these are designed for this basketball player Derrick Rose. This is going to be the Derrick Rose shoe.
He's gonna wear those while he plays.
I don't know. I don't think those will be court legal. But
I don't know. They look. Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, she's wearing like.
That's his
super-
wife.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's
yeah,
big on
that's
her.
his wife. So
Who's this girl? Why should she get a
His
pair
wife,
of
he
these?
just
Oh, it's
said.
his wife. Sorry, I don't. Yeah, I should be listening more. They look kind of dope. I'm not gonna lie. Like here.
God, come on.
No, it's
You got to
not.
give it
It's
some points
not.
when
I'm
if someone
sorry.
walked by with those on. That's like a head turning.
Yeah, but Ian, if you
I'm
walked by with a
sorry.
swastika on your forehead, I'd also turn my head.
I think that's a bit of a different situation.
But I'm just saying, like, if your only point is that it's
Yeah, head
noticeable,
turning isn't always good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Same.
but I do
Unique.
not like it.
I don't like it.
I give points for uniqueness.
It
Try
reminds me of, like Howard Hughes at the end of his life when he's all crazy and he would wear like those giant like tissue boxes on his feet. You ever seen the pictures of him?
Well, we were talking about something.
We're talking about Ellen. I don't know how we got on this.
Ellen. Okay, so back to Ellen. Oh, actually, some actors even went on the record and were like, "Yeah, Ellen's a bitch." It's crazy because you don't really see that, but this dude from Everybody Loves Raymond,
Really?
the tall dude who played Raymond's brother,
Yeah.
he just straight up slammed her. He goes, "Sorry, but it comes from the top."
Huh.
No, and then he tags the show. No more than one who were treated horribly by her. It's common knowledge. DeGeneres sends emotional apology to staff.
You notice how he called her?
Wait, that was a quote. He said common knowledge. His tweet ended there. But then he did some kind of weird, like, old people Facebook where that's the title of the article. And I don't know how that got in his tweet. Kabish?
All right.
And then Leah Thompson, who's also a famous actress, went ahead and slam dunked her. This is an article about the tweet we just read. Brad Garrett claims mistreatment by Ellen is common knowledge. And then Lee Thompson comes underneath and says, true story.
Wow.
It is. They're kind of B-list celebrities, though, to be honest.
And that's probably why they don't care to speak up.
Right. And it's right. I mean, it's worth pointing out.
The accusation is that, well, I guess we'll get there. I may be jumping the gun, but like A-listers all say she's nice.
Of course.
But right,
Yeah.
exactly. That's right.
Yeah, they're like, people like Tom Hanks say she's great. Like, yeah, of course. You know she's fucking giving Tom Hanks a hand job when he rolls around.
I guess that's always the problem when you're like, well, this person is nice to me, so they must be nice.
I didn't know that they raped 100. I didn't know that Bill Cosby was always nice. Yeah. It's like, well, yeah. That in itself isn't evidence. Anyway, I'm not accusing her of anything except being an asshole, which, by the way, isn't a crime. Let's keep this in Well, her producers seem to have been doing much worse things than being assholes.
The racist comments, though, that's pretty toxic.
Well, the
environment
sexual,
too.
Yeah, I'm assuming that she kind of just shows up and leaves. You know what I mean? But obviously, it's her responsibility to make sure that people are having a safe work environment. But anyway, I got fascinated by. Well, I guess I should mention this first. There's a whole movement to make Eric Andre. Not to change the show name or anything, just to make Eric Ellen. Keep the name the same. Just replace him. Replace her with him. Make Eric Ellen. I like it.
Amazing.
I'd watch
Be
that.
amazing.
I wonder what that would do for the ratings. Okay, but I got fascinated by this concept of these celebrities who don't allow people to look at them in the eye.
Yeah.
And so we did some research of celebrities who apparently also have this reputation. Katy Perry. Now where did you get the info on this stuff, Zach? What about Katy Perry?
It was just various websites, people explaining stories, people in the food industry saying they've come into the restaurant, blog posts, stuff like that.
And they're instructed not to look at them or what?
Well, it just stories from it, like, oh, I couldn't even look her in the eye. She yelled at me for looking her in the eye, stuff like that.
Like, wow. Are you supposed to know not to look mega celebrities in the eye?
Such a weird concept.
Yeah. Okay, so Katy Perry, Beyonce, J-Lo, we got an excerpt here. The actress and singer Jennifer Lopez is supposedly one super cheapskate. Recently, Radar Online has posted that an anonymous source has revealed that Lopez pays minimum wage to her employees. As a result, her staff have started calling Lopez Paylo instead of J-Lo behind her back.
Oh my God.
Not only does Lopez pay her employees an extremely low wage, but she also expects them to work really hard. Well, it sounds like she should probably just get a new job. Not that they're that easy to find. But that's hilarious. Pay low. The thing is, when you're that rich and famous, you got to pay people good because they'll just goof on you. Like, what's an extra $5 an hour to J-Lo? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Pay low. It's the best. Yeah, that's so amateur. It's like, if you're rich and famous, you got to leave big tips. You got to pay people more. It's just not worth it to be a cheapo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think some people get in this twisted, like, I worked hard for my money. That doesn't mean that.
What, do I got to change my behavior now that I'm rich?
Yeah.
I'm
still a person.
I'm sorry, but this was a 10% max. No, we always tip fat when we go out now.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not even that famous. But if they know me, if they know who we are, I don't want them to be like, yo, Ethan, stiff me. Listen, you
don't want to be Paylo.
I don't want to be Paylo. Klein means small. So, yeah, it's not really, can't really play on words in that. It's just penis jokes, and they're true. Sylvester Stallone, Nicole Kidman. I mean, these are just names, really. There's no information, so what can you say? But Mariah Carey has been known to require her staff members walk backwards in her presence just to make sure they don't show their backs to her. Something she considers...
like the King of England? That was like the thing.
Yeah.
She says...
Wait, so that's the opposite of not making an eye contact.
She says something she considers to be deeply disrespectful. Is that for real, Zach?
According to these websites, yeah.
It's a gossip website. We take all of this with a grain of salt,
Yeah.
I would say.
Mariah Carey requires staff to exit rooms backwards.
That was literally the thing in like
That is awesome.
for like English kings. Like you couldn't turn your back to them. You had to like back out of the room and bow.
I'd believe it coming from her.
Mariah's pretty wild. Kanye, when Kanye is performing or making an appearance on TV, he demands that the carpet is in his dressing room be ironed. Demands the carpet in his dressing room be ironed.
What?
Ian, have you heard that?
Wait, but that doesn't
no, I
even make
haven't.
sense.
He says if there's a carpet in his dressing room, he demands that it be ironed. How do you iron a
What do
carpet?
you iron a
That's
carpet
what you're
for?
asking.
What the hell does that even mean?
Maybe from the back. I don't know. Maybe we don't know because we never tried it. Maybe it's great.
You're walking on these like unironed carpets here. Like a bunch
Some
of
crispy carpet.
losers.
Ariana Grande, the pop diva, has a pretty outrageous request that she makes of anyone whom she deems fit enough to actually carry it out. Believe it or not, she prefers to be carried around from place to... Zach,
Come
why are you
on, what
including
is
this? This is
this?
stupid.
I don't believe any of this.
These are gossip websites. This is what you want me to
This
look
is not
into.
what I wanted. I said I just wanted to hear all the rumors of celebs that look in their eye.
This is that.
This is not that.
This is Zach's fan fiction.
Zach, nobody. Okay, let me get this straight. Let me read this again. Let me read this again, Zach, and you tell me if this sounds real. Ariana requests that people carry. Believe it or not, she prefers to be carried around from place to place. Ariana claims that the shoes she wears are too tough on her feet, so she prefers to be carried.
She's like
I've heard crazier
stilettos
shit.
all day.
You've heard crazier shit? I haven't.
Yeah.
I've heard. I don't want to. I got a little story from a friend of mine that worked. I don't want to give too many details just to not get him in trouble. He told me in confidence, but he worked on a very popular television program, and the lead actor of the show one time got upset because he got in his eye line, essentially, which is something that it's not looking them in the eye, but it's like actors sometimes get very upset about that because they find it distracting if like a PA or somebody is in their eye line. But this guy got so mad, he picked up a chair and threw it violently at my friend. Yes.
What?
Which is just
Wow.
psychotic
Oh my God.
behavior. Yeah. And Yeah, I mean that's what he told me. That's apparently true story.
Well, I find it useful hearing it firsthand because otherwise I would be hesitant to even believe stuff like that.
This would technically be like third hand.
But maybe your friend shouldn't have been in his eye line. Though. Is it like? Let me ask you this: is it like a really cheesy kind of show, or was it like, oh, he was doing a really dramatic, intense moment?
Well, I guess that would be a matter of opinion of how you feel about the show. I really don't want to say too much more for fear of giving it away. But it was a very popular show. Like I would say for years was a top 10 rated show on network television. So big star.
So it was a big moment.
Yeah.
Well, according to Zach, Ariana Grande demands to be carried from place to place.
I didn't come up with this rumor.
And then Rihanna,
Zach said.
It is said that Rihanna doesn't even bother speaking to her staff. An anonymous source revealed that Rihanna doesn't talk to any of the hired help. Apparently, Rihanna also falls asleep when she is getting her makeup done. This is so stupid. What do you mean that she doesn't talk to her staff? How do they communicate? What does she expect? Telepathy? I don't understand.
I have assistants or something. I don't know.
Well, okay, she delegates.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It sounds like this is a bunch of tabloid rags, so who knows?
I'm sorry there's not a New York Times article on this.
I guess. Yeah, I like some legit sources on this place. Washington Post, New York Times. What website did you get this from? I'm just curious.
Shit, I forgot the name.
Sounds
daily
like
crap.
TMZ kind of stuff.
The daily bullshit. This one says about Ian that the celebrity known as Ian, the salaried employee, makes his coworkers speaking.
Listen to Jesus on repeat.
It was going somewhere vulgar.
He's done that to me repeatedly.
Apparently, Ethan Klein of the H3 podcast makes his employees get on their knees and bow to him before they enter a room.
That one's true.
That one I can't believe.
Bow to me. Kylie Jenner. Okay, we're moving on. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Zach, for the research. It was fun. The one that I really have a hard time believing is the Ariana Grande one, personally.
I've just heard crazier shit. It doesn't. She might have a weird feet thing where like people are into her feet. She doesn't want to fuck up her feet.
Maybe it happened once when she was wearing like a really crazy costume for a show, a concert.
Mm-hmm. That sounds reasonable.
So she was like,
"Can you carry
being
me?"
carried.
And then everyone's like, "She
requires to be carried."
I mean, I see her walking. I've seen her walking. I mean, I've seen it.
Yeah,
I've seen that shit, bro.
I can say from firsthand experience. Maybe it shouldn't. Well,
go ahead.
Whatever.
What?
Go ahead.
When I was a waiter years ago, I worked at a restaurant that had a decent amount of celebrity traffic. We had some pretty famous people come through, and you know, the staff they would get reputations for which ones were good tippers and which ones weren't. And this was a long time. This was literally a decade ago.
Go ahead.
But Justin Bieber, bad tipper.
That is what a dumbass. How much she tip? Like normal or like even worse than normal?
15%, which isn't bad. I mean, that most people consider that a standard tip, but like you said, most celebrities do tip pretty fat, and so it was notable that he was
15% when you're Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Well,
he was pretty young though. I mean, this was a decade ago. He was like
he's
pretty
probably
much
changed a lot.
Yeah. So I don't know if that is still the case.
I guess when you're a kid, I mean, yeah.
I wouldn't really.
Don't really understand tipping or the significant. I can give him a pass.
You know who did tip well though? I'll give props to. Who came in a lot was Khloe Kardashian.
Wow.
And
what kind
I think
of tip?
at the time was married to that Laker. Who was Lamar Odom?
Lamar Odom.
Yeah, they would come in as a couple a lot. They had 30%, like good fat tip every time.
Wow.
See, for me, I'm thinking like it depends on the bill because sometimes when you spend a lot of money, like it hurts. But like I'm thinking like 50% usually.
I mean, that's crazy fat.
You don't tip 50%.
Yeah, I do.
You're trying to toot your own horn.
I think so. If we go out and spend $50, I'll leave like a 20, 25.
Okay.
But the thing is, when you go and spend,
sometimes.
if you go out and spend like 500, then
Right.
I'm not leaving 250.
Yeah, that's a
maybe 200. I'd leave.
20% is always.
I would leave 200 on a 500.
Well, you're a great tipper then.
I agree. Thank you.
He seems a little questionable. Here.
She's questioning this.
Dude, on 500.
Honestly, we haven't been out for so long that.
Oh, but I'm the one that always orders food, and I leave.
You are the one that tips.
Look at the history. Pull it up.
I have no way to look it up.
I always leave when people. But by the way, since COVID, yeah, it's on my phone.
You mean on Seamless
Yeah.
and stuff like that? Yeah.
On COVID, since COVID started, and I'm like, these are the the frontline workers, right? So I always make a point of giving them, I think, because usually when you order it's cheap, so it's like I think I always give them like at least $20 for the delivery.
That's very generous.
I'm making it sound like I'm a fucking saint.
What
It's
if
just
someone
$20.
is gonna pull up a receipt and they're gonna be like,
Somebody in the audience has made a delivery.
I'm telling you, we're ordering food all the time. I'm like 20.
I just don't like making a statement like that someone could rebuttal very easily.
Well,
Like,
you think someone's gonna go online and try to refute me?
Well, you can say like you're trying to.
Ethan only Ethan only gave me $8.
Do you skimp on the tip if they're like super late or if they like fuck up the
so
order?
interestingly enough, on Seamless, which is really bizarre, you tip before the food arrives.
Right, that's true. Yeah.
But on Postmates, I tip good no matter what. I don't care what happens, and usually I don't open it till a few days later, and I don't even remember.
You know what? I believe you. Mike just cut out. You've proven to be very generous with tips. We've gone out to eat at restaurants and stuff, and I've seen it. So,
thank you, Dan.
I'll back you up on this one. I'm not usually the one
Don't
backing
you
you up.
wish that Don't you wish that tipping just wasn't an issue?
Of
though?
course.
Yeah, they should pay
just
employees.
Of course.
Well
It's
enough.
Not
to
really
not-
fair to even.
Well, it's a pretty uniquely American thing, no? Like the
it's
tipping
horrible.
culture in America.
The whole experience in America
Kind
is
of the same in Israel.
Really?
I think Israel's also unique. I mean, in all of Europe.
Yeah, I think in Europe it's not really expected, and then in some cultures, I could be speaking incorrectly here, but I believe in Japan it's considered insulting to leave a tip.
Huh?
Insulting.
They'll refuse it. Like if you leave a tip, they'll like run after you and give it back.
Well,
it's just so stressful.
But I've never been to Japan.
The
so
most annoying
take it.
thing about dining in America is the tax is not factored into the freaking price. Actually, I used to think that was so stupid and so annoying, but it makes sense because each freaking state has a different tax rate, sales tax. So anyway, let's move on. Now that we've established I'm a very generous tipper, we can move on.
So humble.
I think of myself as one of the most humble people on the planet. Petition to remove Kylie Jenner from we've got a Megan the Stallion. That's her name.
Yes.
With 2 E's. Megan the Stallion.
Yes.
Megan the Stallion. These rap kids these days, man. How old is she? She's 25. Let me get a look at Megan the Stallion. Okay. You do it, girl.
Wait, did you not watch the music video?
No, I did. I watched it. I just don't know who Megan the Stallion is. It just tripped me up when I was reading it because it was like, the?
That's right.
And Cardi B's WAP, which stands for wet ass P word. I'm being so careful. I'm telling you, I don't want to go yellow but it stands for wet ass P word. People are very upset because Kylie Jenner made an unwarranted cameo. I gotta say about this video, I'm gonna mute it, and I kind of want to show you guys this music video is really cool, and I cannot believe the amount of views. Dude, it's been out for like
just a few days.
2 days. Oh, 4
No,
days.
4.
4 days. But it already has 70 million views, man. That's wild. But I will say there's a couple of wrinkles in this music video. Here, I'm just going to play it on like times 2. On mute. So we can kind of watch it. Here's what I'll say about this video. I'm going to get yellowed for playing it. But this video was #1 trending. right? Like, I don't even think I can show you guys this video, but it was #1 trending.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
I mean, it's just
What is the
crazy.
logic?
There's no logic. It's outrageous. And by the way, I'm not saying this video shouldn't be on trending. I'm just saying that the standard they hold us to is just so ridiculous. They're so just so harsh on us. Like, damn. You know, like our last podcast got yellowed because, and I found out it's because we said we made some sexual reference somewhere in the 2-hour episode. And here I can see Kylie Jenner's asshole, and they're #1 trending.
Well, you
I'm
don't
leaving it
see
off the
that.
screen. But
So anyway, it's a really creative video with The Stallion and Cardi B. And then in the middle, the song stops. Huge dramatic moment. Enter the Queen Bee, Kylie, the Jaguar.
What do you mean Queen Bee?
God, I love her.
I don't know. Queen, because what's her name?
There's no B.
I don't know. Oh, because, I don't know why I called her B. God, I love her though. Oh, that's it. You see, I mean, that we got to cut that.
I already cut away.
I mean,
knew it
the
was
next scene is Cardi B with like the pasties that are bare, like her nips are just like to the nanometer covered by pasties.
Talk to me, baby.
And then her ass, she's doing splits, and her. I mean, again, it's like, yeah. Is that CGI her hair, or what?
I think it's just fake hair. I don't think
Pretty
it's
cool.
CGI though. Yeah, it's really cool.
Anyway, the video is amazing. It's really well done. It's super cool. But I should be #1 trending. But apparently I'm not too
dressed
edgy.
like that. I guarantee you will be.
So the wrinkle is that everyone was upset that Kylie was in the video, and they're like, "Why is she here?" And I have to agree that it came out of place.
It's
But
kind of funny. She kind of came out like she was gonna drop
do something,
a little verse or something.
but nothing happened.
Yeah.
Because like the music stops, dramatic moment. Who's in the hallway? You hear the stilettos, and then you're like, "Why is Kylie Jenner in this video?" And then she just goes into a room, and that's it. You know. So anyway, I kind of agreed that she didn't fit, but what really struck me is not this whole controversy about if Kylie should be in the video. People are making.
I mean, it's really not a big deal. Cardi B wanted her in the video.
They're friends.
They're friends. So
Yeah.
she's in the video.
Cardi defended it. But people were making a freaking petition to remove her. I mean, people are so weird. Imagine making a petition like, why do you care that much? Just got to be more important things to do with your life.
And so
I mean, now you're
funny.
bored
The artist
of it.
wanted her in the video.
Here, I'm trying to find the change. Here's the change.org. Do you guys know that change.org doesn't mean anything, right? Like
I'm so sick of petitions, man. It never does anything.
Has a
at
change.org petition ever achieved anything? I mean, what is
really
this
don't think
site?
so.
You know, they have no affiliation. It's just a website.
I think it's all a scammed data farm. I'm almost certain they just want you to sign it. You
Yeah.
have to put in your address and info and stuff.
But why do people think that this website change.org has any influence? They're not associated with anything. It's just a stupid website.
People just want to have a little impact. Like, it's so easy to do. Doesn't require anything from you.
Well, it
What do
requires
they
some
call it,
personal information that they can sell.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but no effort.
This is going
Call
on
it
change.org.
Slack division.
Slacktivist.
Slacktivist. There you go.
Signing a petition on change.org is about as impactful as doing this. I don't like her. I don't like Kylie Jenner in that video. Not that funny. But you get it's equivalent to talking at a wall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, people don't even see it. I mean, like, you see how fast they scroll. This video was perfect until we saw Kay, and I wanted to throw my phone. She probably feels bad, but anyway, I don't really care about this and that.
She didn't ruin it or anything.
I punched my computer screen. What I was amused by was the various politicians and personalities and all these people who were so deeply offended by the music video. And while I will point out that it's just so inconsistent of YouTube to trend it, I think it's hilarious. I'm going to read some of these tweets. Of course, they're all like mega conservatives. Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallions are what happens when children are raised without God. Well, that's true. That part's true. And without a strong father figure.
Well, that's an assumption.
Well, Jesus is the father figure, or God, I guess. Their new song, WAP, which I heard accidentally. Oh, yeah, he wanted to make that clear. I did not. I didn't make that very clear. Made me want to pour holy water in my ears and feel sorry for future girls if this is the role model.
Which I heard accidentally. Oh, my God.
That's like such a Trumpism, isn't it?
Yeah.
Trump said that about Bill Maher's show. He tweeted out once.
Right.
I watched Bill Maher talking about me, which I turned on accidentally. I love that.
Yeah.
He goes on. Secondly, while I personally take offense to the lyrics and messaging of this song, I absolutely respect their First Amendment right to make it. Oh, what a guy. Also surprised that Twitter doesn't mind this kind of free speech, but has a problem with conservative free speech. Have we seen it? Again, I don't know what's with... Okay, well, I'm not getting into that. But anyway, he's offended. He needs to pour holy water in his ears for just hearing about women being sexualized.
Cool.
This person, Deanne Lorraine. Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion just set the entire female gender back 100 years with their disgusting and vile WAP song.
How?
100 years? 100 years ago, could women even vote?
1920, women's suffrage happened shortly before the 1920s, right? So I think so.
Okay, so
Somebody, can you fact check that, Zach?
Yeah. When could women get the right to vote, Zach? Let's find out how far back we've been set.
It was 1920.
1919.
Okay.
So right around that time.
Wow. So basically, we're
going to take the vote away from women because of Cardi B.
Yeah, we better take the vote away. 100 years. That's awesome. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore. Oh, God. Well, that's good advice.
Right.
It's kind of without a parent. Oh, that's actually pretty funny to make that the acronym. Without a parent, WAP. I had no clue there was such filthy WAP song out until I was alerted on Ben Shapiro's podcast. It's absolutely vile. Our mainstream culture has become utter trash. Girls will continue to be treated like dirt, and men will resent them. Unhappiness abounds.
It's not like
it's funny because Cardi B is so not like she's so. I don't think she represents a weak woman to anyone. Like she's so the opposite of that.
Treated like dirt. I mean,
she's in charge.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. She's like she does whatever she wants.
No, she's definitely not.
But she's very in charge, and she's super successful.
That's why the comment was: girls will continue to be treated like dirt. I mean, that right there is an empowered woman, no matter how you want to cut it. Although I guess maybe they're saying, well, why does empowerment have to be
sexualized? It doesn't have to be.
It doesn't. But
hopefully.
Well,
I would like to think so,
yeah.
but I mean,
it doesn't have to be. But women's sexuality has been an element of suppression and control for a long time, and so yeah, I mean, being able to own and be blatant about your sexuality, it's rebelling against that.
Yeah,
I think it's a timely. Well, it's been happening for a while, but I mean, like they're I guess their artistic statement is pushing that all the way to the fucking max.
Yeah,
which is fine.
I mean, fair enough.
And and then Ben Shapiro is the king right now. This Ben Shapiro was trending on Twitter with like a bazillion people absolutely slam dunk ollie-ooping. Grand slamming on him, and I don't care whatever you think about.
I'm trying to understand what you're saying. They agreed with him or disagreed with him?
No, they were dunking on him.
Okay, so it's getting hard to follow your language.
You know what a grand slam is?
That's good, no?
They were grand slamming on him.
Okay, because he also said he's the king right now, so I was like confused.
The king of
getting dunked
these
on.
people. Well, he's the king of this whole reactionary movement on Twitter. I don't know whatever you think about Ben Shapiro, but you got to admit this shit's pretty funny. He reacted to this live, which was super, super awesome. Maybe I should show the clip before I read his tweets. But is his wife a doctor or a gynecologist specifically?
Well, both of those are gynecologists, a type of doctor.
Yes, Dan.
You said either or.
I said, is she a doctor or specifically a gynecologist?
I guess I don't know. He talks about her being a doctor all the time. So
okay, well, he says, as I discussed on my show, my only real concern is that the women involved, who apparently require a bucket and mop, get the medical care they require. My doctor's wife, differential diagnosis, bacterial vaginosis, yeast infection, or trichomonas.
What is he saying?
He's saying that it's the fact that they're wet is a medical condition.
What?
Wait. Well, I don't know.
I missed that somehow. That's so
And then as I also discussed on the show, my only real concern is that the women involved. Oh, this is the same thing.
Yeah.
Now let me watch the clip before we kind of talk about Ben.
I'm just thinking of this GIF that people always show when like the joke flew over your head.
I mean, here, this clip was going around. How many views does it have? 6 million. It's awesome. Here, let's watch Ben talk about this.
Oh, I muted it earlier.
Lyrics, you ready? Whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. Hold up. I said certified freak 7 days a week. Wet ass P word. Make that pullout game weak. Yeah, you effin' with some wet ass P word. P word is female genitalia. Bring a bucket and a mop
We figured that
for
out,
this
Ben.
wet ass P word. Give me everything you got for this wet ass P word. Beat it up, N word. Catch a charge. Extra large and extra hard. Put this P word right in your face. Swipe your nose like a credit card. Hop on top, I want to ride. I do a kegel while it's inside. Spit in my mouth, look in my eyes. This P word is wet, come take a dive. It continues along these lines. And it gets significantly more vulgar. Like a lot more vulgar. Talk your S word, bite your lip. Ask for a call while you ride that D word.
God, he censored everything.
You really
He's
ain't never
reading
gonna
it like
F
he's
him for
loving
a
it,
thing. He already made
honestly.
his mind up before he...
He's actually making me appreciate the lyrics.
I love the lyrics now that I've heard it.
It's so funny. Like, swipe your nose in my ass like a credit card.
Yeah.
How do you not even acknowledge
Also,
that that's funny?
bring a bucket and a mop. That's funny.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
funny.
The fact for him to be like, well, that's a medical condition. People were clowning on him. They were saying like, well, the fact that Ben is acknowledging that he's never met and encountered a wet vagina is the funniest cell phone ever.
Yeah, that's what I was laughing at. Like,
Came, now get
Totally
your boots
outing
and your
yourself.
coat for this wet ass P word. Pay my tuition just to
Imagine
kiss...
people who are his like fans of Ben Shapiro watching this and being like, and not laughing.
Mm-hmm.
How is what you're doing not?
Yeah.
How is what you're doing meant to offend me? I mean, imagine being like, it's bro, swipe your nose in my ass like a credit card.
ass P word. Pay my tuition just to kiss me on this wet ass P... Right, so this is... Guys, this is what feminists fought for. This is what the feminist movement was.
I actually agree. I think the fact that women, he's being ironic. He's saying,
right.
This is what feminism has come to. But he's right. The fact that women can express themselves in this way, I do think is definitely a sign of a lot of ground covered. I mean, it's not the only way.
Especially in hip hop, it's always like the guys, you know.
Yeah.
It's always like you'd see the guy in charge, but the girls around him.
I went to the party.
But she's turning it. She's like...
Yeah, why? She's the... Exactly, Ela. You go back to like the golden days of rap, whatever, like Eazy-E, cruising down the street and my 6'4". Like all this is about... It's just the male version of this. And so it is, ironically, because he doesn't have... Ben Shapiro has famously made like the most obtuse comments about rap ever. Actually, can you pull up what he said? I mean, he's clearly talking about a culture and a music and a genre that he has no understanding of. So you should hear what he said about hip hop as a genre. It's the cringiest shit ever.
I would like to hear that.
It's not. It's not really about women being treated as independent, full, rounded human beings. It's about wet ass P word. And if you say anything differently, it's because you're a misogynist, you see.
I don't think you're misogynist. I just think you're a fucking idiot.
That's just what the song is about.
Yeah, I just think you're missing the point.
It's so funny.
Wet ass P word. And if you say anything differently, it's because you're a misogynist, you see.
I just love that they have to frame it so that if they're wrong, it's because they're being marginalized.
It's just stupid. Look, this is what Cardi B is all about. That's her thing. And she's taking it all the way.
Right.
I'm personally not like that, and I don't sexualize myself on my Instagram or anything like that, and no one has a problem with that. You can go either way you want. I mean, I agree that, like, on a certain degree, there's a conversation to have on how when women sexualize themselves, they're like, Instagram will do better. TikTok, all of a sudden they're starting to dance with bikinis instead of wearing clothes.
Same as
it's a conversation that is worth discussing, but that's different.
I mean, you see the same thing with dudes who are jacked and look good and then they're always shirtless. They get more followers too.
Yeah.
It just so happens that we sexualize things different. Like a dude who's jacked with 6-pack is a sexual being where, you know, a female, the less clothes it's the same thing. It's the same exact thing. I mean, like, where's this conversation when, like, I'm sure there's male versions where they're like wearing very little clothes and their shirts are off and all this shit. I mean, why doesn't that strike the same chord when dudes are all sexualized in their music videos?
Because of misogyny. Probably.
So maybe he's right. Maybe he is a misogynist.
Well,
I don't know enough about him to make that claim, to be frank. But he's definitely missing the point.
It gets really vulgar.
Okay. You got that tweet for me about hip hop? Oh, here it is. This is fucking awesome. You guys are gonna love this. This is the best shit ever. Eli, you're gonna love this.
My case against rap is I have the musical case against rap, and then I'll get to the cultural case against rap. So the musical case against rap is that, in my view, and the view of my music theorist father who went to music school, there are 3 elements to music. There's harmony, there is melody, and there's rhythm. Okay. And rap only fulfills one of these, the rhythm section. There's not a lot of melody and there's not a lot of harmony. And
You're so stupid. You were so ignorant. The fact they could even go on air and say that is crazy. He thinks this is all rap is. like there's what? You've not listened to enough rap.
Effectively spoken rhythm, and so it's not actually a form of music. It's a form of rhythmic speaking, and so beyond the subjectivity of me just not enjoying rap all that much, it's what I've said before is it's not me.
I remember it being longer, but you get the idea.
Yeah, boy.
Wait, I remember him having a really great tweet about it. If you can pull that up.
To be honest, I think he's tweeted about this countless times.
I want to see him.
Okay, well, Ian or Zach, please.
Yeah, let's get it.
Be so kind.
Anyway, I know a lot of people like Ben Shapiro, and again, I think on this one, I don't know enough about him, so I'm not trying to go to war with people about Ben Shapiro. You know what I mean? I'm not attacking your identity as a Ben Shapiro fan. I think on this one issue of rap, he's very ignorant. He says, "Fact, rap isn't music, and if you think it is, you're stupid." What a fucking weirdo! What a weirdo!
Weirdo. It's 2012.
Well, it still didn't
a long time
erase
ago.
it.
I mean, yeah,
I would
that's
erase
obviously
that.
still a bad take, but
Fact, rap isn't music, and if you think it is, you're stupid. That's the thoughts of a great intellect.
Yeah.
You're stupid. Anyway, again. So this was my favorite thing that came out of it, which the moment I saw him reading those lyrics, it reminded me of, you guys remember Vince Staples'
the lady.
What was this song? I really like that Vince Staples song. Some soccer mom was crying, super offended by his lyrics, and then somebody.
It's called North.
Yeah, North.
North.
And so she started crying, and then she read the lyrics to the whole song. Maybe I should just show it because it's such a classic.
I think we've talked about it on the show.
I think so too, but just to refresh for people who don't know, because it's literally so funny.
And Skylar's in the background, so if she comes up here and wants me to hold her, she might. Okay, so
This is literally what Ben Shapiro did. She was reading the lyrics about how outraged
So I'm
she
on
is.
my way, taking the kids to school in this morning. I have an 11-year-old daughter, Aaliyah. She loves that 104.5 radio station.
Satan
Like
show.
it's like the top hits, right? I remember listening to the top hits when I was a kid, like Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera and Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. And nowadays,
Also, all very sexualized. by the
it's
way.
not the same, right? Not the same at all.
Oh, they
I had
cut
just
out her
dropped
crying.
Gabby
She started
off,
crying there.
And this rap song comes on. Guys, I could not believe what I was hearing. And as a mom, it infuriated me. Like, why is this on here? And I started to get tears in my eyes. It upset me so much. And my 11-year-old daughter listens to this radio station. I looked up the song and I looked at the lyrics. I cannot believe this stuff is on the radio. I'm sorry. Okay, and I'm going to read it to you. And I want you to just listen to the words. Some of this, I'm going to cuss. I'm just going to repeat what it says.
Trigger warning.
All right. Okay.
I'm trying not to get claimed here, but I want to play a little bit. How do I do this without getting claimed? I can't. She goes,
Oh, we could do it for the members only and cut it.
members only. If you want to hear us watch this whole thing, subscribe and be a member. And you can watch it there. Right, Dan?
Yeah. Isn't she just going to read it, though? Why do you think
No,
that
but
we're gonna
there's
get
music.
claimed?
She's play.
Oh,
They
she does play
remixed it with the
song.
beat. Yeah. So members only, go watch this epic reaction. So let me play you Vince's response because it was so perfect. Vince said, "It's pathetic to attack someone for having an opinion on feeling some type of way, for wanting her children not to be exposed to something. Because I'm 100% sure my mother would have loved for her children not to be exposed to gang life. The difference is it wasn't on the radio. It was in our house. It was outside. It was in our schools. And it was at our churches. It was everywhere that we were. So it was kind of a little bit harder. If I have children one day, I would hope that they are never exposed to that. But when you have people who are able to, just write people off as they don't have an opinion or feeling or motive behind the things they say, that's the corny part. You're worse than her because she shared her opinion. She never once said anything negative about me at all. Her statement was that she doesn't understand how this is getting to major airwaves, which is debatable. It's fair for her to feel that way. And most of all, she kind of felt bad about the fact that it was possible that these things could actually really happen. Shouldn't we be, happy that someone actually is considering the fact that the stuff that I'm singing about that really happens is being passed off as fable or just ignoring it? It's kind of an interesting take. He's like, yeah, this shit happens. It is that sad. But I thought it was actually because people were really like clowning on her, and he was like hardcore defending her, and every time people asked him about it, so I thought that was sweet. Regardless, we were here to talk about Ben Shapiro, and I was setting that up because, of course, the moment I saw him reading the lyrics like that, I was like, oh boy,
Where's
Vince
the
Staple
remix?
again. So, of course, Dr. Grande delivered, and what, in my opinion, was the best one, and I saw a lot of them. This was by far the best one. So good. Shout out to Dr. Grande.
Whores in this house. There's some whores
Yes.
in this house. There's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. I said certified freak. 7 days a week. There's some wet ass P word. Make that pull out game weak. Yeah, you effing with some wet ass P word. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet ass P word. Give me everything you've got for this wet ass P word. Beat it up, N word, catch a charge.
Ooh.
Extra large and extra hard.
That
Put this
beat's
P
up
word
hot,
right in your
heavy.
face. Swipe your nose like a credit card.
Ooh.
Hop on top if I want to ride. I do a kegel while it's inside. Spit in my mouth, look in my eyes. This P word is wet. Come take a dive. And continue along these lines. And it gets significantly more vulgar. Like a lot more vulgar.
Here's a part where Ben goes on to say that
there's something that is going on here that is not biologically normal. And by the way, the song is so unsexy that it frankly sounds...
vagina getting wet is not biologically normal.
What does he mean?
It's just the funniest cell phone ever.
It's like somebody describing what amounts to a serious condition that requires the care of a doctor. So, fortunately, I know a doctor who is my wife. And so I asked her.
Who doesn't know anything about wet vagina either? I mean, the layers of self-own is so good.
And she looked at the lyrics herself. And after being kind of appalled by them, obviously, she had a few sort of indicators here on how she could diagnose the vaginal condition that apparently these women are suffering from. So there are a few sort of giveaways. Here. So
what is this promo? Look, what do we watch? We got to do this, Dan. To watch the rest of our podcast, become a member. Ooh, I like this. I'm just gonna I'm gonna block all the video after like an hour.
First of all, a bucket and a mop for this.
So wait, he plays the whole thing but just covers it? That's crazy. Look at this. They actually do that.
That is good.
From 30 minutes, he covers the whole thing with a timestamp or watermark.
Isn't that annoying?
Yes. That's awesome.
So first of all, she had to clarify whether wet ass P word was a description.
Like how badly do you need to see him talking though at the same time?
The P word, or whether one of the clinical symptoms here was also diarrhea.
Diarrhea?
Bring a bucket and a mop. So this suggests that there's an awful lot of not to be too graphic, but some sort of medical discharge that's happening here. Like a lot.
Ben,
I think it suggests that there's humor, something you're not aware of.
No, it's like
it's a condition you're not familiar with.
I think it's hyperbolic there, Ben. I think he may be overanalyzing the statement. He's like, well, okay, so she's got a lot of moisture down there, and it doesn't seem medically correct. So I consulted with the doctor. They said, well, maybe it's diarrhea? Maybe it could be some kind of medical condition.
I mean, if you need a mop, then you really got to go to urgent care.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
So I went to a specialist. I consulted a world-renowned doctor, We had an hour-long conversation. I read a medical journal. It's like, it's just a joke, bro.
Right, a lot too much, because that's a symptom of something that is not going great.
Apparently,
it is going. It
sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
And I say that because hop on top, I want to ride. I do a Kegel while it's inside. So there's some signs of some actual clinical prolapse, which is a problem.
Wait, is he trying to be funny?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
A clinical prolapse because she wanted to do a Kegel, and that sounds great. I mean, that sounds like something I would recommend.
Also, there's some talk about where this person is putting their nose, and there's some talk about smelling. Right? There's a line here about gagging and choking, which suggests that perhaps there's an odor issue here. Also,
come on, he's kidding. There's an odor issue from sniffing the butt. Oh, dude, this is hilarious. But he's not laughing. This has to be a joke.
At some point in here, there's a reference to diabetes. About a person who engages in particular activity and ends up diabetic, which suggests a serious pH imbalance. So I asked my wife.
Oh my God, this is crazy.
I don't think he's kidding.
How could you say that there's an odor issue from sniffing an asshole? Gagging. I mean, imagine this. Imagine that. You sniff the asshole and then you gag. That's fucking incredible.
Wait for a differential diagnosis for the sake of these ladies in case they need to go to the doctor. I mean, like this is a problem. I mean, like if this is like there's water pouring out the front doors of this place, and that ain't water, guys. I mean, that's what I'm being told. That ain't water. So the medical diagnosis.
It's new. It's news to Ben.
He doesn't know what it is.
That's what he's been told.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeesh.
How Ben is not a sexy man, so I think I don't have a hard time believing that Ben's never encountered a wet vagina. I mean, when you hear him talk, it's not very sexual. It almost makes me think like when he like performs sex acts, it's like chalk. Probably like chalk inside. It just goes, then like chalk comes out.
Oh.
No. I thought it was fine.
Here was her differential. Her differential diagnosis, my wife, the doctor, was either these women are suffering from bacterial vaginosis or a yeast infection, or my wife suggested most probably they are suffering from trichomonas. So just a bit of,
I don't think his wife's ever experienced being turned on before. Because they're both like super orthodox, you know?
of medical advice. Put aside the empowerment. I understand how empowering it is for women to sing about the moisture state of their genitals. And I understand that anybody who criticizes this as reductive of female sexuality and or of putting out images of females as over-sexualized in a way that is negative, that puts a negative images.
We're just watching this.
I know, bro.
And drives negative images toward women for men, treating them as sex objects.
We got to do
I understand
this. You know what would be the best is if
But
you
I
were
can still visualize him in my head, you know? I know exactly. I was like...
I love that they have to blur them out. You don't want to even see it. What we need to do, Ela, is do this on our show of watching him. So you're behind two paywalls, effectively.
We didn't even pay for you guys to watch him at least at the pool.
No, you have to. Yeah, for members only, we'll pay. Oh, jeez. I guess that's it, eh? We did it all. I wanted to talk about some other stuff, but
we gotta throw it into our special segment.
Yeah. Oh, well, we've got a really exciting segment.
Yeah.
Dax Flame, as you guys know, he was on the podcast recently with iDubbbz, who made a documentary about him called Ice Cream Man. He is a YouTuber, an author, a comedian. He's a renaissance man. He's a man of many talents and skills and interests. And so we're going to throw it to Dax. Part 1 is underway, and I just think that I think it's really exciting to be able to have this be a part of our show. So with that being said, let us delve into part 1. Back with us today on the show is the smoothie enthusiast, the ice cream man himself, Dax Flame. We've got a special project we've been working on here. Something that I think is going to be captivating and intriguing to everybody, and maybe even to bring like some big changes to the earth. It's not just entertainment. We're here to actually impact the world as we see it. Dax, how are you doing? Have you had any interesting smoothies lately?
I just had one before we started because it's morning time at the moment. And yeah, every day.
Tell me what was inside the smoothie.
Mangoes, peaches, oat milk, protein powder, and a few other things.
Wow.
But yeah, also there's ripple effects of what's a seemingly small thing going back to the series can have even though you said it, big effect on the world, maybe even through a small thing, ripple effects. But yeah, the smoothie was good. And so I don't know. Yeah.
Well, I think that it's not a ripple effect. I think it's a meteorite smashing into the earth, what we're about to unveil here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I think so. But getting back to the smoothies, do you drink anything? Do you live on smoothies?
No, it's my breakfast every day, though.
Breakfast. And do you ever throw a wild card ingredient in there just to kind of see what happens?
No.
No.
It's usually the same exact thing.
It's the same exact smoothie. So Dax, tell us about what we're gonna get ourselves in here today. You have a video. You prepared part 1 for us. It's kind of like a film noir. I would even describe it as. Yeah.
So it's a series that is going to evolve as it is made. I will be taking in any information that comes my way. I want to be a neutral journalist while making it. And I think it could potentially just come off as a tribute piece in a way that sort of just teaches valuable lessons as I learn them, and I will share it. But also I'm open to anything I learn. And so we will really see how it goes. And I'm hoping that there is some genuine change on my end and even a discovery of change
on his end. We're of course talking about Charlie Puth, who is one I would describe maybe as your arch nemesis or
my teenage arch nemesis.
Yeah.
Currently, I don't want to label him as anything. I do have, if I'm being the most honest, mixed feelings, but I want to just be open to anything. So I would like to become friends with him, actually, but also we'll see.
So you think like you obviously have a bias against Charlie Puth for the meanness he's thrust on you, but you want to try to overcome that as a impartial journalist.
Yes, and also I think on an unconscious level, because on the surface level, I'll just say, no, I'm fine. That's years ago. But I think that it's important to be honest with yourself. And so we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I definitely think of him as a villain of some sort. And if I can even ask, what's the deal with his eyebrow? Because it almost looks like a style, but then when you go back in time, it looks like he has a scar or something from the eyebrow.
Yes, he has a scar from a dog attack from when he was 2. I've been learning a lot about him lately.
Wow.
So I think it was almost life-threatening.
Whoa.
Wow. So that kind of that is interesting. Do you know if he has a dog phobia to this day, or is he all good with dogs?
I haven't seen any videos of him with dogs, so I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, here's what I propose. Let's watch part 1, and then we can discuss from there. So without further ado, we have The Truth About Puth, part 1, the beginning of an epic journey of discovery.
Charlie Puth is one of the most successful up-and-coming pop stars, performing duets with everyone from Meghan Trainor to Pitbull, and recording 4 multi-platinum hits. I'm Dax Flame, actor, author, and most importantly, one of the original YouTube stars. Back in 2007, when Charlie was still a complete unknown and I was at the height of my YouTube fame, Charlie used to send me very discouraging hate messages about my singing voice. I received thousands of comments and messages like these, but Charlie's might have been most vicious, and to this day, I'm still too shy to sing in front of anyone. But I'm not perfect. The same year that Charlie sent me those messages, I actually made a video jealously hating on many YouTubers who had more subscribers than me. I don't get it. I know that I've completely changed as a person since recording that toxic video, and so I'm assuming that Charlie has too since sending his messages. But I don't know that he's changed. As a matter of fact, I don't know much about him at all, and I'd like to find out. Before I share my goal for this series with you, I'd like to share what my goal is not. My goal is not revenge. My goal is not to accuse him of anything or to drag him down. My goal is not to slander his name. My goal is understanding.
Layering like 15 different synths in the record was pretty exciting. Hello, Mom. No, that's okay.
When I listen to Charlie's music and watch interviews with him, I get the impression that he's a very talented and funny pop star, someone who I could actually see myself being friends with and hanging out with.
How is Charlie Puth? You know, probably nervous most of the time, but pretty nice guy.
If this impression is accurate, if he's the same in person as he appears in interviews, then I'd like to understand the journey he underwent to becoming who he is now from who he used to be. I will be open to any and all information that comes my way, positive or negative, but my hope is that over the course of this series, I'm able to conduct interviews with those closest to Charlie, confirming my impression that he's actually a very great person, and that I'm able to learn about what steps he took to change, and that I'm able to confront my insecurities over singing, and maybe even explore music as a potential outlet, while also additionally maybe even meeting up with Charlie and exchanging apologies over the past, and potentially becoming friends, and also delivering some helpful life lessons to viewers along the way.
Wow.
Lastly, this is not just a series for Charlie Puth fans. This is a series for anyone interested in the themes of personal growth, forgiveness, overcoming insecurities, dealing with the internet hatred, following your dreams, forming friendships, having courage, and ultimately, whether or not people really change.
Let me look at this comment. First of all, I'm moved.
Or not.
Cool.
And that was sent to you directly, or it was a comment on a video?
I would receive messages from him.
Oh.
I think I think it was a brief exchange of messages. I received thousands of comments and messages that were hate, as everyone does. But I think since his resonated more, because normally with those you push them to the back of your mind, But whenever you see this public figure come and that you can't avoid them, then it brings those things that you push back up to the surface. So yeah.
So at the time he sent you this comment, which I'll read in a moment, was he at all famous?
Well, you don't have to read that.
Oh, I'm going to read it. But when he sent you this message, was he at all famous or was he a nobody?
No, he was not famous. And that is the interesting thing to me is the reasons behind it. And I've actually, in a future episode, I'm hoping to interview someone who was close with him back then. That I recently discovered.
Ooh, that's exciting.
But yeah, we could discover great things about him. Maybe it was a misunderstanding.
Totally.
Or maybe we'll discover more dark stuff. But the scary thing is, like, there are so many people, whenever someone is that famous and is generating that much income and stuff, there's so many people who rely on him too, who will want to stop me if there is anything to hide.
Oh.
So hopefully there is nothing to hide. And like that's like my just being paranoid. But
no, that's a really good point. It's a huge.
But also maybe he has nothing to hide, and we'll just discover great things.
Right. But either way, he should know we're digging.
Yeah, for sure. And digging for goodness, like
or badness, whatever's there, we're digging. Sometimes when you dig, you just don't know what you're going to unearth, and I think that's what he needs to be aware of.
Yes.
Well, and then again, I do think because he wasn't famous, I do think it's worth mentioning that this may not even have been him.
Yeah, there could be another Charlie Puth.
Do you remember the avatar? Do you remember the face? Like, how sure are you that this is the same Puth that sent the message?
Because I remember it was a YouTube musician.
Yeah.
Who wanted to be famous. Who had the name Puth because that's such a memorable name. So if anyone questions the validity, I think it's like you'll just have to trust me, and once I meet him, he'll confirm. And we'll see how it goes.
That's convincing.
Yeah.
So basically,
I remember like a purple sort of avatar or something. But more than that, I just remember his name, and I remember a hateful connotation to it, to the interaction. Messages quite negative.
The thing about sending a direct message too is like it's more hateful. It's more.
It's
personal.
hidden also.
It's what?
Hidden.
And it's hidden, right?
It's in a way more mean than a public comment. Because the public comment, you almost don't even assume that the person will actually read it in a way.
Yeah.
Like when.
And it also implies the question. He publicly seems to have changed. When I watch interviews, like I get a genuine instinct. This is a nice person, and I would like to know him. But also, there's lots of nice people, so I can meet lots of nice people. But
yeah.
If he was doing that in public back then, is he still doing something, or in private back then? Is he still doing something in private now?
That's a good question.
Probably not. But it's just interesting. These will be like what makes it interesting.
Let me read the.
And
comment.
also, I would like to talk to a therapist for if any of your audience is a therapist for a future episode. If they are interested to meet me in public, I could interview them about some potential things, and I could pay them for their time or whatever.
No, I think we're working on finding someone for that already.
Oh, okay.
Let me read the comment. Your voice makes me sick. Your latest singing video was the most embarrassing thing I've seen.
This is just the gist of what his messages were.
Oh, so he sent you multiple messages.
I think there were maybe, if I'm remembering correctly, it was one brief exchange of maybe 2 or 3 messages.
And so when he sent you a message like this, how did you respond?
I would probably responded angrily back.
Yeah. Man, I'd kill to read that.
I don't remember what I said.
Can you just what's a comment that you at that age would have said to him? Can you kind of go back to that?
If could you read me the first sentence of what I wrote? What is written there?
Your voice makes me sick. Your latest singing video was the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen.
So I probably would have said I have a great singing voice. If my voice is not good, why do I get all these views? And probably would have and maybe I would have attacked him too. I don't remember. Probably not actually, but Yeah,
And
I think deep down I kind of knew I wasn't the best singer, but I really genuinely enjoyed it.
Let me continue. The only reason you're on the most subscribed list is because people laugh at you. Your voice is almost as ugly as your face. You would lose in any fight, and you should be embarrassed to have a voice so sad. It was like nails on a chalkboard, and you'll never be a professional
This
musician.
is a recreation.
You should be
And this is the
ashamed
gist.
of yourself. And then it says recreation message because the messages have been lost to time.
See.
But the pain is what matters, Ela. Like you're recreating the pain is real and you're reinterpreting that.
So this is a recreation based on your memory of the.
Yeah, I'm really reluctant to even say that it's a recreation. I just wanted to say that for legal purposes.
Yeah.
Because I think that the reason the message, I know that immediately people will question the validity once they realize that. The
Yeah.
reason that it is a recreation, though, is because YouTube deleted all of the messages. Direct messaging is no longer a option. Whereas like on Instagram,
Right.
you can DM someone.
Yeah.
YouTube used to have that. Now they don't. So I received messages from him and they were like that. They could have been worse. I originally wrote a draft of that. Feel free to edit any of this out too. I originally wrote a draft of that was even harsher based off my memory. But I didn't want to have it, I didn't want to use the F word in it, or I don't remember if he actually did or whatever.
Well, I think you conveyed it well, certainly. And I mean, that those are some bitter, hurtful words. That's a young man who's clearly just very jealous of your success, I would say, and someone who is who thinks they deserve your success, and they don't understand. And
were you dealing with a crazy amount of hate at that time?
Oh yeah, for sure. But the reason that someone like those messages would stick out a bit more is maybe just because he became famous later, and also they were very targeting my singing voice, which wasn't as targeted by hate back then.
So I realized that Puth, I'm just putting this together, was on the feature of Wiz Khalifa "See You Again," which is like you said is the third most popular video on YouTube.
YouTube video of all time, and maybe the most popular on Spotify of all time.
5 billion almost. So the Puth has been out here. He's been out here.
So obviously we can't play it, but this is the song that was the Paul Walker.
Yeah, rest in peace, Paul Walker song. Why is that funny, Dan? How dare you? Why would you laugh about Rest in Peace, Paul Walker? Do you know how much that affected people? 5 billion views?
I'm just thinking back to our guest the other week who wanted to erect the Paul Walker statue.
Okay.
So this is Furious 7.
Well, I don't know why you find that funny either. Furious 7. Wow, how many Furiouses are we up to, man? That was Furious 7? That happened so long ago, and they're still making those movies.
So I feel like now I get a lot more context to
Yeah, you can't escape
saying
that.
Yeah, exactly. That you can't escape it. I'm
That
so
song,
familiar
plays
with this
everywhere.
song.
Grocery stores, restaurants,
Right.
anywhere you go, graduation ceremonies. I'm sure.
Would you like possibly for Charlie Puth to sing "See You Again" at your funeral?
Well, I don't want to think about my death
Oh, okay, fair enough.
in the time of Corona.
Yeah,
Good. Right.
but it would be
theoretically, if I died, yeah, sure, it'd be great if we became friends actually, and I happened to pass away while he still had a great voice and stuff. Then yeah, that'd be great if he sang it at my funeral.
Do you think that
And that would be a great healing moment too. It would just prove
Even
that
though
you
you're
can overcome
dead.
things.
I said even though you'd be dead, it would still be a great healing moment?
It would prove that we had healed already, or maybe it would be just healing for him if it wasn't.
And
that
do
would
you-
be sad if we never made up, and then
He
and
just
then it
showed up
That
and
was how he had.
that'd be weird. Do you think that you would share? Is it okay for you to share that song with Paul Walker, or maybe he should write a new one for you at your funeral? Like it would be called, because it's called "See You Again." Maybe yours could be called I'm sorry. And goodbye.
Yeah. He could just cover Justin Bieber's Sorry song.
Just I'm
Just
sorry
like to say
and
sorry.
goodbye. Yeah, we'll think about that. Maybe it'd be cool if you wrote a song for your funeral, like in
Actually, I would appreciate that because that would prove that before Dot passing, we had come to some sort of meeting point and healed.
Yes.
It would be darker if I had passed away and he just like showed up and sang it for his own healing purposes while everyone there knows that I had beef with him. So that would be like the bad version of it. But yeah, the other one, like theoretically,
That'd be wild if Puth
Does
just
have
showed
good
up
implications.
unannounced to your funeral. Seeing Puth become famous resurfaced with him a lot of these negative feelings you associate with being hated on the internet so long ago.
yeah, like going into a restaurant and hearing "See You Again" come on, or hearing it come on over the speakers. All of a sudden, I'm taken back to like theoretically what could have been like a different career path through. Well, I don't even want to go there and say that I could have had a music career, but it is a thought in my mind.
So, but
Like,
it's
who
almost like it's almost like a PTSD trigger where I almost
that
wonder if
extreme,
you
but
even
yeah.
have like a law. You could probably even sue him for inflicting emotional pain on you because, like, the more successful he becomes, the more damaging he is to you every time you hear him on the radio.
Well, I don't think I'm going to try to sue him because
Well,
I might be a
theoretically.
changed person, and I would like him to have a good life and hopefully become friends with him. But that is an interesting thought.
Yeah. We could end the series with either a reunion or a lawsuit.
If you'll pay for the lawsuit, I don't know if I want to.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to either. Lawsuits are a pain in the ass, man. But let's see, maybe we could do a GoFundMe and see how badly people want you to sue. Charlie. I'm thinking we would.
But you think that you guys could be friends? What do you think? Like,
I think Dax can be friends with anybody if I can answer for you. I don't know that this Puth guy, I don't know if he's ready to be friends. But I hope
don't
I'm
know.
wrong.
That'll be interesting to find out. But
do you
I
have
want him to
anything
know
that's
that
like? Sorry, I cut you off.
Oh no, go ahead.
Do you have anything that would be a deal breaker if he's like, oh, he wants to play video games all the time, and you're like, I'm out, or
You mean if you want to be like real friends with
he's
him?
he's all about smoking weed and you're not.
Yeah. Well, I don't see us hanging out every day or anything. Like, I'm sure he's super busy, and also there's Corona, so I would be a backyard hang if anything. But it could start from there. Like, start from like a hey, interview for this web series and clear up the past and apologize. And that is important to note that there was never an apology. Not that it's the biggest deal, but we'll see.
We need an apology because those are hurtful words, and I mean, I think our goals need to be apology.
A backyard
At the
hangout.
very least, an apology, okay, and then at the very best, a duet. At the very worst, a lawsuit. And I'm hoping that there's tabloids and papers. We should send this out, this clip, too, to tabloids and shit because they kind of
maybe we should wait till there's a better conclusion, right? Or whatever.
No, I want the story. I just want people to kind of get it on the radar that, maybe there's more that meets the eye to this Puth character.
That's cool. And honestly, I do see it having very positive. I want to be open to anything, but I do see it having a very positive feel. And I do think like it's the last 20 seconds of the video you played is supposed to evoke the exciting, inspiring effects that the series could have.
Right. Is there any chance you guys get in the octagon together? If it goes south, the octagon.
No, he'd beat the hell out of me.
No.
He's really muscular. Like, I don't know if you saw that clip.
He seems kind of short, though.
We could play basketball versus each other. That's an outdoor activity,
Basketball? Yeah, he is pretty fit. He's fit. But he's kind of short. I don't know if you've got, like, that rage in you. Like, some people have the rage and they can just overcome physical obstacles.
For basketball?
No, in fighting. Do you think you have that rage, that, like, inner flame that just kind of would allow you to have superhuman strength during the fight, or no?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. But I don't want to fight him.
Oh,
it's
okay.
important to clear up.
Okay.
Yeah, I think if you did send it to tabloids and whatnot, I would just be a little worried that his team might come for me and destroy my YouTube channel, like have talk to YouTube, because he's a bigger.
No, don't worry. We have connections. They can't touch you. You're a made man.
Okay, and it's only going to be good too. It will reflect positively on everyone involved, unless there are skeletons in the closet, but I don't think there are.
Well, you might be that skeleton in his closet, Dax.
Mine isn't that bad, and honestly, I try to present. It doesn't affect me at all. There is a little seed inside me that's like, well, maybe there is some doubt. Maybe it did affect me a little bit. As with any hate comment, but maybe more so. And so I'll just be honest, open, explore it.
Well, I'm excited. I'm thrilled. I'm excited. I cannot wait to see where this goes. We're going to try to do an installment every week as this story develops.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love how you put the clip together. Those shots of you wandering and...
Thank you. And did you see on the title card how he goes from out of focus
yes, I did notice that.
Oh yeah.
Very nice detail.
Notice that big time.
I also noticed the building that you were hanging out in front of says what did it say, Charles Music or something?
Yeah, the day that y'all asked me to do this series, I went for a hike, and on the way back, almost as if a sign from God, I saw this building, and I pulled over and started the film. So every episode, that's the after the title card, I plan to introduce the episode name in front of that building. Episode 2 is called Assumptions.
Ooh, uh-oh. All right, well, we will see you next week, Dax. We wish you well in your investigations.
I do want to say I'm happily reading your new book.
Cool, exciting.
Dax Flame's Guide to Making Money as an Influencer.
Yeah. Which is great. I mean, we all need help in that realm, so fantastic.
Exciting.
All right, Dax. Great chatting with you. We will catch up with you again next week as we come closer and closer to the truth about the Puth. Can we just call him the Puth? That's kind of a good name.
If you'd like to, yeah.
The Puth.
Would you like me to change the title of the series, or
no? That's just, no, you do you. It's all you. All right, Dax. Take care. Well, we've done it all. We've said it all. People said we wouldn't come back, but here we are. And next episode, we'll be back again, against all odds, against all forces that conspire.
We'll
against
try.
us. No, we will prevail.
Mm-hmm.
We will prevail. So we'll see you then, guys. Thank you for joining us as always. Thank you to our members. See you guys on Discord. And God bless. Papa bless. We'll see you guys there. Thank you.
Jobless.
Jobless?
Yeah. Jobless.
Oh, jobless. I thought you were making fun of unemployed people.
Not jobless.
Jobless. Okay.